Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Wraps Baseball's live commentary of Major League Baseball. Today, we're bringing you from Petco Park in San Diego, the Minnesota Twins and the San Diego Padres. The views and commentaries are our opinions and are not affiliated with Major League Baseball, the MLB, the American League, National League, or their sponsors. We are giving live English reports on the game being played and hope English-speaking fans around the globe can enjoy the games on YouTube and Twitch along with us. Today, we're going to give you the starting lineups first for the visitors from Minnesota, as the Twins will have a different look lineup. A couple of players are on the disabled list, as it was announced earlier today, as Max Kepler has been put on the DL retroactive to the 27th of July, and Miguel Sano has been placed on the 10-day, and that is also going to be effective immediately, as he has had some swelling and inflammation in his knee after returning from the 60-day DL. So first off, the lineups for the visitors from Minnesota. Leading off and playing first base wearing number 2 is Luis Arias. Batting second and playing shortstop number 4, Carlos Correa. Hitting third and doing the designated hitting wearing number 25 is Byron Buxton. And the cleanup spot and playing second base wearing number 11 is Jorge Polanco. Batting fifth and in right field wearing number 19 is Alex Kirilloff. Batting sixth at third base wearing number 64 is Jose Miranda. Batting seventh in left field wearing number 1 is Nick Gordon. Hitting eighth and doing the catching is number 24, Gary Sanchez. And batting ninth in center field wearing number 67 is Gilberto Celestino. And they are going to be facing Joe Musgrove. For Musgrove on the season, the right-hander is 8-3. He's worked 109 and a third innings. He's allowed 83 hits, 36 runs, 32 of which have been earned. He's walked 25 and struck out 106, and he's got an ERA of 2.63. And now the starting lineup for the home team for the San Diego Padres. Leading off and playing in left field wearing number 10 is Jerkson Profar. Hitting second and playing third base wearing number 13 is Manny Machado. Batting third and playing first base wearing number 30 is Eric Hosmer. And the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting wearing number 45 is Luke Voigt. Batting fifth in right field wearing number 16 is Nomar Mazara. Batting sixth and doing the catching is number 26, Austin Nola. Batting seventh and playing in center field wearing number 2 is Trent Grisham. Batting eighth, the shortstop wearing number 7 is Ha-Seong Kim. And batting ninth and playing second base today is number 77, C.J. Abrams. And they're going to be facing Sonny Gray. Right-hander takes to the hill with a 5-3 record. He's worked 69 innings. He's given up 58 hits, 28 runs, 27 of which have been earned. He's walked 14 and struck out 64, and he's got an ERA of 3.52. So those are your starting lineups for today's ball game. We'll be back here in just a couple moments with all the action. Appreciate you guys jumping in. Whether you listen live or on delay, it's always great to have you at Last Wraps Baseball. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this from our friend Dave.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Wraps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Wrap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
As always, Dave, we appreciate you and your support of the channel. Make sure you guys get over to the Game Changer Lounge and check out what Dave's got to offer. We'll be back here in just a couple moments after this with all the action for you. Hang tight, everybody.
Hello, guys. Steve Rademacher coming at you. I'm having my 500 subscriber giveaway if we get there by the end of this year. That's my name and my channel, Steve Rademacher. All you have to do is be publicly subscribed, and then you can enter to win once we hit the magic number, either an unopened, still sealed box of Star Trek official trading cards, Next Generation and Original Series. If that's not your cup of tea, we have Fleer Adrenaline with a Deer Dick rookie card. I have pulled out an autograph from one of these, and there are relics. If that's not your thing, how about an unopened box of 1987 Donruss Baseball? Just come watch me, subscribe, and enjoy the show. Thank you.
Thanks again, as always, Steve. We appreciate you and your support of the channel. We got the living room in the house and CV baseball collector in here too. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in about 40 seconds with the call of the ball game, and we can engage with our chat at that point there. Hang tight. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It's a beautiful day in San Diego. It is 77 degrees. It is partly cloudy. And you are about to get this one underway as Joe Musgrove is completing his warm-up tosses. Our friends that are in the house is CV Baseball Card Collector in the living room. Living room says that SummerSlam is tonight. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns' 700-day title run. I have to be honest with you, I'm not a big wrestling fan like I was when I was a kid, when we were, I say a kid, young adult as well. So I'm out of touch of what's happening these days in the WWE and all the other stuff. So I couldn't really tell you. I just know that Brock Lesnar had a failed NFL career, but he is doing pretty well in the wrestling ring. Our friend CV Baseball Card Collector in the house as well today, and we appreciate you for stopping by. The Padres are sporting their City Connect type uniforms, and I don't know if you've seen them, but they are definitely on the bright side. They are white, predominantly white. They've got yellow sleeves with sort of a pink, or I would say a very lime green top. Looks like you would have some sort of tequila sunrise type of drink to go with that outfit that they've got on. So that's what they're wearing in this one. Minnesota Twins, the visitors, are in their traditional road grays for the pants, and they have their blue tops. So we're ready to get this one going, as it is going to be Luis Arias to lead it off here against Joe Musgrove. The first pitch of the ball game is ready to go officially at 4:17 Pacific, and the first pitch is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep left field, moving back and making the grab as the left fielder jerks in Profar. So with one pitch, there is one away, and that is going to bring up the shortstop, Carlos Correa. For Correa on the season, he's hitting .271. He's got 12 homers and 34 runs batted in. He's enjoying a decent season in Minnesota. We were watching that game yesterday with the Padres, with the Astros and the Mariners. And I was commenting and saying, really, the Astros haven't really skipped a beat, inserting Jared B. Pena into the lineup for Correa. There's a fastball that's taken on the outside corner, and the count is 0-1 to Correa. Certainly the difference is the massive cost savings. So the production is down a little bit from Correa, but they don't have to pay the value to Pena. There's a fastball that just misses inside, and the count is now 1-1. The umpires for today's game behind the plate, it is Adam Hamari. The first base umpire is Chad Whitson. Jerry Lane, the crew chief, is at second base. And then the rocking chair at third base, it's Malaki Moore. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a call and strike, and the count goes to 1-2 on Correa. There was talk yesterday, Joe Musgrove, the starter for the Padres, rumors were swirling around that he's been offered $100 million for 4 years. They want to lock him up. Or maybe it was 5 years. 5 years, $20 million a year. And there was a breaking ball swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Correa for the second out of the inning. 2 up and 2 away. And that'll bring up the DH Byron Buxton. So $100 million for 5 years, $20 million a year was the number we heard swirling around. And I think if I'm Joe Musgrove, I might be taking that, but I might be taking it with an opt-out clause, because he just keeps getting better and better in the last couple of years as he continues to progress. And he's got a really nice spot there in San Diego where his career has started to blossom. And here comes the first offering. It is a fastball that misses upstairs to Byron Buxton, and the count is 1-0. Buxton batting .218. He's got 25 homers and 45 runs batted in. It is a career high in the home run department. And there's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner and counts 1-1. Our friend the living room says Pat McAfee, the former punter, and Thomas Pestock, former offensive lineman, are going to wrestle tonight. Both were on the same Colts team. As there's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Buxton. I remember Pat McAfee. He has a show on ESPN. I see some of his stuff every once in a while floats by on YouTube. He's quite the character. I don't know much about Thomas Pestock. I think that's a lot more interesting to watch. I know there were some former NFL players that were trying to make the U.S. curling team a couple of years ago as they've retired. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-2. If I'm not mistaken, there were 2 or 3 former Minnesota Vikings who took up curling when they were up in that area and convinced a couple other former players to start curling with them. There's a breaking ball that misses down, but the home plate umpire, Adam Hamari, points at the hitter Buxton and says he went around, and that is going to do it here in the first inning. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through a half inning. It is the Minnesota Twins, no score. The San Diego Padres coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments at the bottom of the first inning. We're glad you guys could be here with us tonight.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day. And there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the call after this at the bottom of the first inning. Welcome back, everybody. It is the bottom of the first inning, and it's going to be the top of the order coming up for the Padres. That means Jurickson Profar, Manny Machado, and Eric Hosmer to face the right-hander Sonny Gray. Gray is going to get things going here for the Twins, as he is bringing a 5-3 record to the table in this one. So the diminutive right-hander has completed his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get this one back underway. This is going to be the 15th start of the season for Gray. He's worked 69 innings in those 14 starts that he's had. So he is at a pace of just below 5 innings per start. He really relies heavily on his fastball. 56% of his pitches are fastballs. And then he's got a curveball and a slider that goes with it. Not much out of everything else. And here's the first pitch to Jurickson Profar, and it is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Not only the Padres have this City Connect jersey on, but they've also got these peppermint green helmets with the pink SD in the lettering. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-0. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of this outfit that they're wearing. This almost looks like something you would see on a softball diamond. The only thing that's missing is the shirt sleeves are attached to this one. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 2-1 on Profar. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Sonny Gray leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher Sanchez, and he delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow left field. Coming in on it is Nick Gordon, and he's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Profar for the first out of the inning. So just as the Padres are in their half of the first, so too has the Padres here in their half. So one up and one away, and that brings up the third baseman, Manny Machado. This is the second game of a 3-game set. Padres last night laid it to the Twins 10-1. As Blake Snell picked up a win. Much needed win for Blake Snell. The loss was handed to Joe Ryan, the Twins rookie, who's had himself a pretty decent year this year. He dropped his record to 7-4. So here comes the first offering to Machado. As Gray rocks into the motion and delivers, it's a breaking ball, swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Machado. It's hard to look at these uniforms a little bit. Machado has got some batting gloves that go with this. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-1. Saw that one of the Japanese players was sporting a Fernando Tatis autographed City Connect jersey. Tatis did set it over to one of the players in Japan, and there's a fastball swung on, and it's tapped foul behind home plate. The count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Machado. This is our first of 2 games this evening. We're going to be back a little bit later and doing the Japanese game between the Saitama Cebu Lions and the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. It'll be game 3 of that set. We worked the game last night. We had a very big crowd in the house, as it was good times calling the game between the Lions and the Hawks. There's a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal down to the first base umpire, Chad Whitson, but he says he didn't go, and that's going to run the count to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander Gray leans in, he gets his sign, and now he goes to work. And he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is tapped foul behind home plate. The count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Machado. The Padres are enjoying this homestand, as they have fit in pretty good here. Here comes the offering now to Machado. And Gray fires a fastball that just misses outside, and that's going to run the count to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sonny Gray, the veteran right-hander, has been around quite a bit. The Twins are his 4th team. He was with Oakland and then the Yankees and then Cincinnati and now Minnesota. Kind of keep your eye on Gray as gets around the trade deadline time, but with the Twins in the hunt here and currently sitting in first place in the American League Central, one would think that Sonny Gray is still going to be an important part of that group. I'm curious to see if the Twins are going to do any deadline additions. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Machado has gone down on strikes on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball for out number 2, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Eric Hosmer. For Hosmer on the season, he's batting .277. He's got 8 homers and 40 runs batted in. Hosmer was around speculation of a lot of trade rumors. And Hosmer has been able to avoid those. There's a large public outcry here in the San Diego area. The fact that Hosmer and his wife have embraced the community and want to stay there, and he's quite popular locally, as we hear from other folks. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. Defensively for the Twins, from left to right, left fielder is Nick Gordon. It is Gilberto Celestino in center, and the right fielder is Alex Kirilloff. There's a fastball that catches the inside corner, and the count now is 1-1. Around the horn from first to third, it is Luis Arias at first base. The second baseman is Jorge Polanco. At shortstop, it is Carlos Correa, and the third baseman is Jose Miranda. The battery, of course, is Sonny Gray, and the catcher is Gary Sanchez. And there's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded softly by the first base coach's box. That's going to run the count to 1-2 on Hosmer. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hosmer will be followed by Luke Voigt should he find a way on base here and extend the inning. And now Sonny Gray kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted down the left field line. But this ball is going to drift into the seats. It's going to keep the count at 1-2. Well, Sonny Gray took a page out of Kenta Maeda's book. As when he did his leg lift, he really paused at the top of the delivery, did a little bit of an extra kick, trying to throw off the timing of the hitter Hosmer. I have not seen that from Sonny Gray before, but we don't see the Minnesota Twins regular. So here comes the offer, and he kicks and pauses at the top of the delivery, and there's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count's now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Curious to see what that certainly does when he's looking at the hitter here. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses inside, and the count goes to 3-2. So 2 of the first 3 hitters that Gray has faced, he's worked them to a full count. So the right-hander ready to go to work as he gets the sign from the catcher Sanchez. And here comes the payoff pitch. He kicks and he fires. It's a breaking ball that misses down. And Hosmer is bored with a 2-out walk, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Luke Voigt. For Voigt on the season, he's batting .226. He's got 13 homers and 47 RBIs. Last night, Voigt hit his 13th homer. It was a 2-run shot. It was distance just shy of 400 feet. That was in the lower deck below the scoreboard in left field. So Voigt steps up to the plate and ready to get the first offering from Sonny Gray. And here's the pitch. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. I will say this, one of the things by looking at the hitter, Luke Voigt, in these white uniforms, for some reason, it makes him look a lot slimmer and trimmer. Not that he's a chubby guy. He's got some really big arms. He's a well put together package, that's for sure. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into straightaway center field. Drifting back on it is Celestino. He's drifting to his left, and now he makes the catch at the edge of the warning track. And that is going to do it here for the Padres in their half of the first inning. So there was no runs, no hits, no errors, but there was a runner left aboard. We're now through 1 complete. That is the Minnesota Twins, nothing. The San Diego Padres, nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with a call at the top of the second inning after this when we return. Here's our friend Steve again.
Domo arigato. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm new at this. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. Tell all your friends and family to come check him out, ask some questions during the telecast, and give him a good sub and a thumbs up. And this is Steve coming back at you, and some new things on my channel. Star Wars figures that everybody likes. We have Mad magazines from the 1970s. We try to avoid the Noid. And for your pleasure, once in a while, we can open up Michael Jackson if you want, the cards. We have Elvis. We have Sadahar O. We love everything that is everything, so we even have the Beatles fighting with lightsabers. Look at that, John and George. Once in a while, we'll even have my brother take over my channel on a Tuesday. So once again, everybody tell your friends, come see Freddie at Last Raps Baseball. And right now, I'm going to kick it right back to you, Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel. We'll be back in about 40 seconds with the call of the top of the second inning after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the heart of the Minnesota batting order coming up to face the right-hander Joe Musgrove here in the top of the second inning. Jorge Polanco, Alex Kirilloff, and Jose Miranda. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down and in for ball one, and the count is 1-0 to Polanco. Polanco on the season is hitting .239. He's got 14 homers and 49 runs batted in. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Jorge Polanco. It is a hole. There are holes in the lineup for the Twins today. As we said, the Miguel Sano and Max Kepler both put on the disabled list. There's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Polanco. Kepler on the disabled list with a broken toe, as he had been running and doing some things on it, so they figure that he'll be back probably at the minimum of the 10 days, as it wasn't necessarily a major distraction, as he's still been able to do some things. And here's the 2-1 offering to Polanco. It's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count's 3-1. Sano, however, though, who came off the 60-day disabled list, has some inflammation in his knee. The problem with that is that was his surgically repaired knee, so he may be on the DL for a little bit more time than just the 10 days. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. Coming in on it is Profar. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Polanco for out number 1 here in the second inning, and that is now going to bring up the right fielder Alex Kirilloff. So for Kirilloff, on the season, he's hitting .255. He's got 3 homers and 21 runs batted in. The Twins are expecting a lot from this young player. There's lots of hope in his future. Here comes the first pitch. It is a breaking ball swung. This ball hit the straight center field. Drifting back on the edge of the warning track is Trent Grisham, and he's going to haul that one in. Kirilloff is gone for the second out of the inning. 2 up and 2 away, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Jose Miranda. Just to finish a couple of thoughts there on Kirilloff. Kirilloff was a first-round pick of the Twins back in the 2016 draft. Biggest challenge has been able to stay healthy. Last year, he appeared in 59 games. This year in 43 games. We have to hope that he's going to find his health. So Miranda at the plate, waiting on the first offering from Musgrove. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Miranda on the season batting .275. He's got 9 homers and 37 runs batted in. He's been hitting at nearly a .370 clip over his last 14 games. There was a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to third. Machado fields it. He picks it up and throws across the diamond, and that is going to do it here for the Twins. That's a ground out 5-3 for out number 3. Here in the second inning, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. Now through 1.5, it is the Minnesota Twins nothing, the San Diego Padres nothing. Stick around, everybody. We're going to the bottom of the second inning after this when we return. Appreciate y'all for being here, whether you listen live or on delay. As always, here's our friend Steve.
Hello, friends. Steve coming back at you, a clean-shaven Steve. Thank you for watching The Last Raps Baseball. And please continue to support my channel among others, like Another Hollis Build. Awesome commercial. And now I'll show you a few more things that we do have. We have toys, like this bobblehead Star Wars on wheels. We have Noids. We can't keep avoiding them forever. We do have Legos. Love my Legos. We have Origami Folder. Check him out. He's new into this, getting started, has good following already. We have Red Beard Breaks. And we also have these things that, in a pinch, will tell you what your temperature is. So, if you like all of this, and if you like Last Raps Baseball, join all of us. We'd love to have you. And I know you would enjoy us. Thank you, peace, good night, and cheers.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the order for San Diego coming up to bat to face Sonny Gray in the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Nomar Mazara, Austin Nola, and Trent Grisham. For Nomar Mazara, he's hitting .279 on the season with a couple of homers and 17 runs batted in. As we mentioned, we've called a few of these Padre games. Nice to see that Mazara looks like he's straightening out his career. The 27-year-old from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. He struggled a little bit after he left Texas. And there's a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. And a few pretty good years with the Rangers, and then hit 20 homers 3 times, drove in 100 runs once, also hit 19 bombs. There's a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. But when he went to the White Sox, some injuries caught up with him. The Tigers, he didn't performed particularly well, as injuries also besieged him there. And there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-2. So he's got his opportunity here in San Diego, and he's been making the most of it, hitting with a decent average. He's hasn't shown a ton of pop. He's got a couple of homers and 17 RBIs. He's got 9 of his 38 hits have gone for extra bases. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined softly into center field. And Mazara's got himself a leadoff single here in the second inning, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Austin Nola. For Nola on the season, he's batting .244. He's got a couple of homers and 26 RBIs. Offensively, he has been an upgrade to their former catcher, Austin is. Nola acquired in a trade with the Seattle Mariners a couple seasons ago. He came with Austin Adams and Dan Altavilla in exchange for Ty France, Andreas Munoz, Luis Torrens, and Taylor Trammell. All of those players have had impact with the Mariners. There's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count's 0-1 to Nola. Really only Taylor Trammell at this point has been a fringe player with the Mariners. He's not in a position where he is playing every day. He's been one of those yo-yo guys between AAA and the major leagues. Here comes the 0-1 offering, and there's a breaking ball swung on. It is taken on one hop by the shortstop. Over to second for one, back to first. It's a double play. A nice play by Carlos Correa to get it started. That's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. Nola hit the ball hard right to the shortstop. Easily erased Mazara at second base for the first out, and then were able to turn it over as Jorge Polanco completed the flip. It was more of a side sling type of flip over to first. That is going to make a double play here in 2 outs now. Just watch Polanco, how quickly he got rid of it. And the first baseman, Luis Arias, had to hold the bag. So 2 gone. That brings Trent Grisham to the plate. So Grisham on the season is batting .190. He's got 10 homers and 35 RBIs. If you're going to think, or if we think about a potential trade, as the Padres have been rumored about a lot of things, and right now the big rumor is that it's a 2-horse race to get Juan Soto. San Diego and the Dodgers are the 2 horses that are in that race to land Soto. I think it's going to come down to Southern California. So here comes the first offering from Gray. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. But one would have to think that if Soto comes in a trade, you got to think Grisham might be a guy that they want to try to offload. Maybe a change of scenery for Grisham would do him good. There's a fastball swung on it, is driven into deep center field. This ball is going to get over the head of the center fielder Celestino. It's off the wall. He plays it on one hop. And cruising into second with a double is Grisham. And he is aboard with a 2-out double, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Ha-Seong Kim. That ball was absolutely drilled. Make no mistake about it, that ball just needed a little bit more legs, and it might have had a chance to get out. Certainly, you hit it to almost the deepest part of the ballpark. Right in front of the Saquon, as I believe how you would pronounce that, sign. And so Grisham is the runner at second with Ha-Seong Kim coming to the bat. Kim's batting .243 on the season. He's got 6 homers and 35 runs batted in. He has been much improved over his play from last year. At the plate, that is. Defensively, he's been pretty steady. And here's the first offering from Gray. It's the breaking ball, swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. Kim last season, when he got to the big leagues, was a huge drop-off from his days when he was in the Korean League. He had hit .306, had 30 homers and 109 runs batted in for the Kaiwoom Eagles. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to third. It is picked up by Miranda. He throws to first, and what a nice play by the first baseman, Arias, to pick it out of the dirt. That's going to be a ground out 5-3, and that is going to do it here for the Padres in their half of the second inning. They had no runs. There were 2 hits. There were no errors, and they stranded a run. We are now through 2 complete innings. It is the Minnesota Twins nothing, the San Diego Padres nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the call at the top of the third inning. We're glad you guys could be here checking this out. Here is our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
That's right, everybody. After the game, be sure to check out Matt Hollis and Another Hollis Build. We'll be back in 30 seconds with a call at the top of the third inning after this. Thanks for being here with us. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving now to the top of the third inning. It is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming to bat for the Twins. That means Nick Gordon, Gary Sanchez, and Gilberto Celestino to face the right-hander Joe Musgrove, who is about to begin his third inning of work. Pretty efficient so far for the right-hander as he delivers a first-pitch changeup to Gordon for a ball outside, and the count is 1-0. Only 18 pitches for the hard-throwing right-hander in the first 2 innings. As he rocks into the motion and he kicks and delivers, it is a breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count is now 1-1 to Gordon. For Gordon on the season, he's batting .258. He's got 4 homers and 14 runs batted in. He hits from the left side against the right-handed throwing Musgrove. As he waggles the bat, and here comes the offering from the right-hander. There's a fastball that misses inside. They appeal down to the third base umpire, Malaki Moore, and he say he didn't go. It's going to run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike on Nick Gordon. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Gordon waggles the bat, waiting on the offering from Musgrove, and it's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded just past the first base coach's box. That's going to even the count now to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gordon. Gordon was originally the first-round pick of the Minnesota Twins back in the 2014 draft. He was the 5th overall selection. He was from Olympia High School in Orlando, Florida. And here's the pitch from Musgrove. It's a breaking ball that misses down and in. That runs the count now full to Gordon. He was much sought after as a shortstop, but he had a knee injury that has slowed him a little bit. He's also playing second base, and he's getting the start in the outfield tonight. So here comes the 3-2 offering now as Musgrove delivers. It's a breaking ball swung at, and it is lifted into shallow center field. Moving in and drifting to his right a little bit is Trent Grisham, and he's going to make the catch. That is going to retire Gordon for the first out of the inning. One up and one away. It's going to bring up Gary Sanchez. Just to give you some thoughts on that Gordon pick, when Gordon was drafted by the Twins, the players that were taken ahead of him, Brady Aiken was drafted by the Astros. He didn't sign. The 1 overall pick, he did not sign. And the Marlins took Tyler Kolek, threw $6 million at him, and he never reached the big leagues. Carlos Rodon was the 3rd pick, as there's a first pitch fastball delivered to Gary Sanchez, taken for a called strike, and counts 0-1. Of course, Rodon is now currently with the San Francisco Giants, and then Kyle Schwarber was selected before Gordon was taken. So that was where they had those 5 picks in the draft had went. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2. Sanchez batting 8th in the order, hitting .213 on the season. He's got 10 homers and 40 RBIs. It's been pretty quiet about Sanchez in Minnesota. There's a breaking ball taken for a called 3rd strike. Stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 2 here in the 3rd inning. That's going to leave it all up to the center fielder, Gilberto Celestino. For Celestino, he's batting .263 on the season. He's got no homers and 8 runs batted in. He gets the nod in center field tonight. We've watched Celestino play. He's a fairly decent defender. And here comes the first offering from Musgrove. It's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and it counts 1-0. He really doesn't offer the Twins a whole lot in terms of other than being pretty much a slap hitter. Our friend in the living room says, house by the side of the road. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is sliced down the right field line. It's going to get down. It is fielded by Mazzara, and he's going to fire it back in. He actually fires it to first base as he thought he was going to get Celestino napping. Celestino is easily able to get back to the base, and that is going to be a 2-out single, and that's going to bring the top of the order up in Luis Arias. For Arias, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to left field his first time up. Arias is having himself a really nice season, quietly in some way. He was an all-star this year for the Twins. He's currently leading the American League in hitting with a .336 batting average. He's got 5 homers and 33 RBIs. He's on his way to career bests in quite a few categories. And there's a first pitch fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. He's got a career high in home runs. He's 9 away from his RBI career high. Other thing about Arias is he walks more than he strikes out. 38 walks and 31 strikeouts. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on, grounded foul down the first base line, and the count goes to 1-1. We've talked about that in some of our streams. We talk about players that walk more than they strike out. You generally can count it on one hand. Sometimes maybe on 1 or 2 fingers, and that's about it in a given year. This year, we've got about 5 or 6 that are in our mind that do that. I always forget some of the guys, but one of them is Yandy Diaz with Tampa Bay. Another one is Stephen Kwan for the Guardians. Of course, Arias here. Another one for the Guardians is Jose Ramirez, who surprisingly walks more than he strikes out. As Musgrove had thrown over to first base and diving back in time as the runner Celestino. Got to keep our eye on Celestino, as he may be able to turn and run here, as there's a breaking ball swung at and grounded foul, and the count is now 1-2. Celestino doesn't have any stolen bases this year. He has been caught 1 time. This would be a situation that you would think that he could be off to the races if he gets thrown out. You've got Arias leading off the next inning, and if he steals it, you've got Arias with a chance to bring him home with a base hit. We'll keep our eye on the runner here. Here comes the 1-2 offering, as Musgrove holds at the belt. Again, he throws over to first, and again diving back is the runner Celestino. So they are thinking the same thing we are. Good situation to be able to run. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Arias in his 2nd year with the Twins. He was a signing out of the Dominican Republic. or sorry, check that. That's Salas for the Dominican Republic. Arias is out of Venezuela. He's in his 4th season with the Minnesota Twins. And here's the pitch from Musgrove. It's a fastball swung on, checked on, and it is taken for a ball. And that's going to run at 2-2. They threw down to first base. And getting back in time was the base runner Celestino. Interesting that they say the fewest strikeouts with a minimum of 300 at bats. Arias and Kwan, the two that we were just talking about. The other one I wouldn't have got was Nico Horner of the Chicago Cubs, another one who seems to put the ball in play. So here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded softly over to second. It is fielded neatly by C.J. Abrams. He underhands it to first, and that is going to retire Arias on a ground out 4-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Twins in their half, they get their first hit of the ball game. There was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 2.5 innings in San Diego. It is the Padres nothing, the Twins nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. We appreciate you all for being here and listening, whether you listen live or on delay. Here's our friend Steve again.
Hello, and we'll be right back to Last Reps Baseball after this brief message from me, Steve Rademacher. Thank you all for watching my channel and supporting me. Thank you all for supporting Freddie and Last Reps Baseball. He does an awesome job commentating. And to show you some more stuff that you can see on my channel, we have shiny Pokemon cards. We have Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Brett Favre. We have Bo Jackson playing baseball. That's right. That's his rookie card. Very nice. We even have gold. We have gold. We have wrestlers. That's Rowdy Piper. And yes, we even have Jason Stokes and many ways to destroy him. So now, thank you again. Back to your regular program with your host, Last Reps Baseball.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the call at the bottom of the 3rd inning. 0-0, Twins and Padres. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 9-1-2 hitters in the batting order coming up to face the right-hander Sonny Gray. That means it's going to be C.J. Abrams, Jurickson Profar, and Manny Machado. For Abrams, it's his first at-bat of the afternoon as he is hitting .231 on the season with a couple of homers and 11 RBIs. So he digs in, the former first-round pick of the Padres. He takes a fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. My thoughts on it is if Juan Soto is to come to San Diego, I would think that C.J. Abrams is going to be one of those guys in the package going the other way. Here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. I hate to break it to the Padre fans, but I don't really think that this guy is going to be able to hit at the big league level, at a level that is going to be an everyday player, or he's going to give you production. And there is a breaking ball that is waved at and missed, and Abrams has gone down on strikes for the first out of the inning, and that would be my example there. Is that 3-pitch at bat was about as uncompetitive as you can imagine. So Abrams is gone for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the left fielder Jurickson Profar. For Profar, he is 0-for-1 tonight. He has flown to left field his first time up. His average has dipped to .240. He's got 9 homers and 40 runs batted in. And here's the offering from Gray. It's a breaking ball that just misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. As I say, if I'm speculating on Juan Soto type of trades, I think that Soto, he was to come to San Diego. San Diego's going to have to part with not only a couple of their prospects, but one would have to think maybe a couple players off the big league roster, maybe Trent Grisham, possibly, as I said, C.J. Abrams, as there was a breaking ball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Profar. If I had to continue to speculate on that, I would also think that there's probably going to have to be an arm going the other way, and there's a fastball that is check swing back to the pitcher, Gray. He fields it. He throws to first. It was a little bit high, but Arias was able to haul it in. It's going to go down as a ground out, 1-3 for the third out of the inning. So 2 quick outs, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Manny Machado. For Machado tonight, he is 0 for 1. He was one of the first strikeout victims. That Gray had. In fact, he was the first strikeout victim. Gray's got 2 on the evening. So it is Manny Machado stepping up to the plate. Machado on the season is batting at .297. He's got 17 homers and 56 runs batted in. He swings at a first pitch fastball and fouls it away, and the count is 0-1. So again, speculating on that trade, if Juan Soto was to go to San Diego, I'm thinking pieces of the roster that would have to go. In my opinion, Abrams and Grisham would be the leading candidates. Then when you look at their prospects, Robert Hassel, James Wood, maybe even Mackenzie Gore, although Gore is on the disabled list. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field, and this ball is gone. A home run for Manny Machado. That is going to be his 18th of the year as he's taking the slow trot around the bases. And got out in a big hurry, and that is going to open the scoring for the Padres. 1-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. So the Padres have taken the lead. That solo shot off of Sonny Gray. The estimate on that one is just shy of 400 feet. That's far enough to reach the seats. That is going to bring up the first baseman, Eric Hosmer. So that opens up the scoring. Our friend in the living room, happy that that is where the game has been opened up. There's no doubt about it. So here comes the first offering now to Hosmer. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Hosmer tonight walked his first time up. He's hitting .277 on the season. Gray rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers, and there is a fastball swung on it. Is grounded on a couple of hops to Correa at short. He throws to first, and that is going to do it. That's going to be a ground out, 6-3 for the third out of the inning, but they got a run in the inning on the home run by Manny Machado. There was 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and nobody left the board. We are now through 3 complete in San Diego. It is the Padres 1, the Twins 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Call all the action after this from our friend Steve.
Hey guys, and thank you, Freddie. Steve coming back at you. That's right, Steve Rademacher. I would like to thank each and every one of you that is tuned into my channel. And today, let's do a little shout out for some other great channels you should be watching. There is WVlogs 18. There's Big D's Sports and Collectibles. You all know another Hollis build. Why not Like Father, Like Son? That's a great duo that does some great stuff. It shows some great cards. And of course, the one and only Bud Stoney, creators of One of Ones, a creator of One of Ones, and they're all signed on the back. Bud Stoney, One of One, like this beautiful Robin Yount that he made for me. He made me another Robin Yount, this time mini, and a Christian Yelich mini. Great cards, and he does more than cards. We have darts of Hulk Hogan and many other things. So give them a look-see and give me another look-see. Subscribers are always welcome, and back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel, and in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We'll be back in just a few moments with the call of the top of the 4th inning. It is 1-0 for San Diego. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 2, 3, 4 hitters in the batting order coming up for Minnesota here in the top half of the fourth inning. That means Carlos Correa, Byron Buxton, and Jorge Polanco face the right-hander Joe Musgrove, who has allowed only one hit through the first 3 innings of work and one batter above the minimum. So it is going to be the 2, 3, 4 to face him here. The right-hander ready to go to work, and he delivers a breaking ball upstairs for ball 1. The count is 1-0. For Carlos Correa today, he is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. His average has dipped to 271 on the year. And here's the offering, as it is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted down the left field line, but this ball is going to hook foul just to the left of the foul pole. Correa gave that one a ride. He just got around that one. It's going to run the count now to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. I took a look at the pitchers in this one here, the starting pitchers. I thought we were going to have ourselves a good game. I'm curious to see how Sonny Gray is going to fare. He's really averaged just below 5 innings of work in his starts this year. He's got 69 innings pitched, and he's had 14 starts coming into this one. I'd like to see if he's going to exceed that 5th inning, as there was a breaking ball swung at and fouled away, and the count's 1-2 on Correa. Correa batting from the right side against the right-hander Musgrove. And here comes the pitch, and it is a fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side, and the count remains at 1-2. If you're in the San Diego area on August the 18th, it's going to be Joe Musgrove bobblehead day. They're going to be giving away Musgrove bobbleheads. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Correa. Be interested to see what that bobblehead would look like. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, if it was anything related to his no-hitter last year. Bobblehead days are always a fun day out at the ballpark for a lot of people. They get a chance to bring their kids. It draws in a lot. But some of the teams, they'll do it 4, 5, 6 times a year. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses outside. Now runs the count to 3-2. It's a way to draw people to the park, especially when the teams are maybe not doing what you think they would be doing. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. There's a fastball taken for a called 3rd strike. And Correa watches that one go by for out number 1 here in the 4th inning. It's the 2nd time he's gone down on strikes today, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Byron Buxton. For Buxton on the day, he's 0 for 1 as well. He struck out his first time up. He's seen his average dip to 217. He's got 25 homers and 45 RBIs. The first pitch is a breaking ball, swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. When you look at some of the giveaways around in baseball, they have different types of things, and we say some teams are a little bit more than others. They like to draw their fans out. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and now the count goes to 0-2 on Buxton. A couple of pretty big hacks. Really, really healthy swings. Then you look at some teams, and they just don't really do much with the giveaways. I know as a kid growing up, there's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field, and this ball is going to go into the upper deck in the Western Supply Company building, and that is going to be a solo shot for Buxton. That's going to tie the game at 1. That ball got out in a hurry. I'm sure Musgrove wants that pitch back. It was an 0-2 pitch. It was left up in the zone, but it was 434 estimated feet. That ball is home run number 26 on the year for Buxton, which is his career high, and he just keeps adding to it. So Buxton delivers, and that's now going to bring up the second baseman, Jorge Polanco. For Polanco, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to left field his first time up. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So all of the runs here have been of the solo shot variety so far, with the home run by Machado in the bottom of the third, and Twins respond with a home run of their own here in the top of the fourth. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0 to Polanco. So 2 balls and no strikes. Looking at the different kind of promotions and promotional schedules, there's a fastball that Polanco checks his swing on. But the home plate umpire, Adam Hawari, said he went. The count is 2-1. Said before, you see a lot of these teams, they do special type of events. Some are retro jerseys. So here's the 1-1 offering. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and count goes to 2-2. Think about the different clubs and what there may or may be around for people to get. As we said, bobbleheads and the shirts and the hats, anything that you can do to draw people in. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 3-2 to Polanco. The things that are associated with the Mariners in Seattle is Funko, the Funko Field in Everett, where their high A team plays, and they have these Funko Pops that they give away. Do their membership appreciation day. They have Oktoberfest. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. That's going to be a 1-out walk for Polanco, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Alex Kirilloff. So this is starting to turn into a little bit of a struggled inning here for Joe Musgrove. He's really pretty much cruised through the first 3, but the Carlos Correa strikeout was 7 pitches. Then Buxton homered on an 0-2 pitch. He went to full count on Polanco when he wiggled his way for a walk. So here comes the first offering to Kirilloff. It is a fastball that misses, or that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Our friend Quaffs is in the house. It's an early one for us. We're going to be doing the double dip tonight, so hopefully you can stick around for the game a little bit later, as we're going to be doing the Saitama Cebu Lions and the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. There is a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-1. That'll be a 9 o'clock Pacific first pitch, or midnight on the East Coast. We're excited for that one, to bring you that call. Just sorting out our schedule, as we should be able to give 4 games in the middle of the night. Starting on Monday evening, which was the Tuesday game in Japan. We're going to call 4 of them this week. So hopefully you guys can pop in and listen. We'll probably give you only 1 game on the weekend. So that would be about 5 games that we'll be looking this week in the Japanese League. Our schedule will be updated a little later tonight. We are going to give a couple of big league games tomorrow. We'll do the Sunday nighter for sure. I'm just going to try to see what we'll do earlier in the day. And here's the 1-1 offering. It is a grounder, slowly hit the first, over to second for 1, back to first, the double play. That is going to go down as a 3-6-1 double play to end the inning, as the pitcher Musgrove is able to work himself out after giving that home run up to the designated hitter Byron Buxton. So for the Twins in their half of the inning, they had 1 run, there was 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 3.5. It is the Minnesota Twins 1, San Diego Padres 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a few with the call just a little bit after this. Appreciate it again. Here is our friend Steve again.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve. We're going to take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard. There are 3 finals now completed around Major League Baseball. The Tampa Bay Rays knocked off the Cleveland Guardians today 6-4. Kluber got the win. He goes to 7-6 for the Rays. He beats his former club as Zach Plesac drops to 2-9 as he took the loss. New York Yankees continue to feast on the Kansas City Royals after that 8-run eighth last night. Come back and beat the Royals. They won 8-2 today. It was Nestor Cortes getting his 9th win of the year against 3 losses. Hesley took the loss for the Royals, and Clark Schmidt got his 2nd save. Milwaukee Brewers knocked off the Boston Red Sox today 9-4. Lauer got his 7th win of the year against 3 losses for the Brew Crew. It was Nick Pivetta dropping the decision. His record falls to 8-8. And the other final in Major League Baseball, the Blue Jays knocked off the Tigers today 5-3. It was Richards getting the win in relief. Law took the loss, and Jordan Romano getting his 23rd save. The first pitch delivered to Luke Voigt is a breaking ball that misses down for ball 1. The count is 1-0. It's the heart of the San Diego lineup here to face Sonny Gray in the bottom of the 4th. Luke Voigt, Nomar Mazara, and Austin Nola. Voigt is 0 for 1 today. He flew up to center field his first time up. And there he waves at a breaking ball well off the plate, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Gray, the right-hander, gets the sign from the catcher, and he's ready to go to work. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-1. Our friend Quaff says a lot of his bets are looking good, so pray that they stay green. Well, who you got today, Quaffs? I'm always interested in what people are putting their nickels and dimes or dollars and cents down on, and there's a fastball swung on. It is grounded to the left side of the infield, and it's past the diving glove of Jorge Polanco. Carlos Correa was moved more into the 6 hole, and Polanco had shaded over behind second base, but that ball was out of his reach. And Luke Voigt has got himself a single here to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning. That is going to bring up the right fielder, Nomar Mazara. For Mazara today, he is 1 for 1. He singled his first time up, but he was erased in a double play as Austin Nola had grounded into it. So Mazara steps up. He's raised his average up to 285. Enjoying a nice start to his San Diego journey as the portion of his career. And there's a first pitch breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. As I said, when Mazara was with the Texas Rangers, I really liked the way that his career was going. He had 20 or more homers in the first 3 years of his career, then 19th in the 4th year of his time with Texas. There's a breaking ball taken for another strike, and the count's now 0-2. And then he went to the White Sox, the Tigers. Injuries besieged him a little bit, but it looks like that he's going to be back on track, and this would be a nice addition here for the Padres. A very cheap one is what I would say. A friend of the living room says, I have all the bets. And here comes the breaking ball. It is swung on and fouled away, and that's going to keep the count at 0-2. I can't mention the name of the place, but our friend the living room would probably know the place on Olette Avenue in Windsor, which has a mechanical animal that was running booking stuff or there were charges that they were running a booking house for a bit there. Can't say the name of the place, might get ourselves in trouble. As it snowballs in 2 strikes. There's the breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-2. Maybe we would say the old Peaches. That doesn't exist anymore, and you might remember that. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Mazara. Our friend Quaff says the Reds on money line, the Mariners by +1.5. The Mariners are winning that game 3-0 right now in Houston. Chris Flexen is on the mound, and he's really pitched well. He's been fantastic in his last half dozen starts. He's also got that as being under 8. That one I would be concerned about. There's a fastball that just misses down. The count is 2-2. He's got the Nats at +1.5. He's got the Twinkies on money line. And then he's got, not sure, F5 under 4.5 in the A's game. Oh, the first five under 4.5 in the A's game. I'd have to check in on what that looks like. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now is full to Mazara. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here comes the 3-2 offering now to Mazara. There's a breaking ball. Take it for a called third strike. And yeah, Mazara stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 1. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Austin Nola. A friend of the living room says he's got the Padres, the Blue Bombers, TFC, New York City FC. I don't know who Cara France is. Pena, the Jays. He's got a whole host of different things going on there. Jays 1.5. Well, the Jays were able to cover on that. The Yankees are covering on theirs. You got the Dodgers for sure. I think it's Kershaw against Freeman. And so here comes the offering. It is a first pitch fastball that misses down to Nola for ball 1. Nola 0 for 1 today. He grounded into a double play his first time up. Lots of trade rumors floating around, but we haven't seen any big ones today since the Luis Castillo move yesterday. There were a couple of moves. Nothing that was so much big in our eyes. There was a reliever from the Cubs who was ship packing to the Dodgers. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. Quaff says, I was debating on taking the overs in the Braves and the Dodgers games, but didn't. I think the Braves have got the Diamondbacks, if I'm not mistaken. Dodgers have the Rockies. Be a lot of runs scored in those ones. Here's the 2-0 offering now to Nola. It's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner. That runs the count to 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes to Austin Nola. A friend in the living room says he's got a couple of UFC bets in there. And then Quaff says he parlayed the Dodgers 2.5 with the Braves money line and the Rays at 1.5. I already forgot what that score of that Rays game was. Is I believe they beat the Guardians with Kluber getting the win. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count's 3-1. I have to go back and look that up. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Voigt's the runner at first. Not really a threat to run. He has got 1 stolen base on the year, but maybe they'll put him in motion to try to stay out of the double play. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Kicks and delivers it as a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count's now 3-2. This is where Sonny Gray is going to have to be economical. He's at 56 pitches right now. As we said, he's averaged less than 5 innings per start. It'd be a boon for the Twins if he could get into the 6th. Now here comes the 3-2 pitch to Nola. He kicks and delivers it as a fastball taken for a called third strike. And Nola stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched that go by for out number 2, and that is going to bring up the center fielder, Trent Grisham. Quaff says, yeah, it was 6-4 for the Rays. That's correct. As I said, it was Kluber who got the win in that game, beating his former team. And Plesac did take the loss in that one. So Grisham steps up to the plate with a runner at first and 2 out. It is going to be second at bat. He was 1 for 1. He had a double to left center field his first time up. He's raised his average to 192 on the year. And here comes the offering from Gray. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Grisham batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Sonny Gray. They do have a shift on for Grisham as they've got 3 fielders to the right side of the infield. I say that sort of, as both the second baseman and the shortstop are on the outfield grass. There's a breaking ball that catches the inside corner for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. I don't know if he necessarily believed what Adam Hamari was saying, but regardless, it was a called strike. So 1-1 to Grisham. Gray holds at the belt. And now he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count now goes to 2-1. That is something that you've noticed about Gray here as the game goes on, he starts to labor a little bit. Former Vanderbilt college pitcher. Listen, he's bounced around a little bit. He began his career with Oakland, went to the Yankees, then to Cincinnati, and now he's found himself with the Twins here. Here's the 2-1 offering. There's a breaking ball that catches the inside corner, and the count now goes to 2-2. Steady diet of inside breaking balls to Trent Grisham. 3 of the 4 pitches in this at-bat have been on the inner half of the plate. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. 2 gone here in the 4th inning, and the runner at first is Luke Voigt. And now the delivery from Gray, it is swung on. It is taken on one hop by the first baseman, Arias, who steps on the base. And that is going to retire Grisham on a ground out to 3 for the 3rd out of the inning. And that is going to do it here in the bottom of the 4th. There was no runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 4 complete. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We'll answer our questions in the chat when we return. Hang tight, everybody. It is a 1-1 ball game in San Diego.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game. And Last Raps Baseball. It's today's Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the 5th inning. It'll be Jose Miranda, Nick Gordon, and Gary Sanchez to face the right-hander Joe Musgrove. Our friend Quaffs asked us the question. He says, what do you think about or any thoughts on the Cubs, Giants, and the Rangers, Angels for over 8 in that one, in both of those games, actually? Well, the pitching matchup for the Cubs and the Giants is Drew Smyly and Jacob Junis. Junis, former Kansas City Royal, has pitched really well for San Francisco this year. Smyly has pitched better as of late. Of course, he's bounced around in his career after beginning it with the Tigers and then going to the Rays and a pile of other teams. He's had some injury issues with his elbow. So that game there could be a wild card kind of game, especially in that large park like San Francisco. I don't know if I would touch the over portion. There's a first pitch breaking ball that's come inside and hit Miranda. He's going to be aboard on the first pitch of the 5th inning by Joe Musgrove, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Nick Gordon. As far as the Rangers and the Angels are concerned, I got a chance to see Glenn Otto pitch the other night when they were playing the Mariners, and he really pitched pretty good. They didn't get the win in that game, the Rangers didn't, but he pitched fairly decent. On the flip side, it is Slisseth who's getting the start for the Angels, who's 1-3 with a 5.84 ERA. Know nothing about him. Here's the from the left side against the right-handed throwing Musgrove. He throws over to first base, and getting back in time is Miranda. So I guess my thing would be is that in a normal situation, if it was Wrigley, I would probably lean toward the over 8 with Smiley and Junis myself. Because the game is in San Francisco, I'm not sure if I would be doing that in that one. That could be a dangerous game to play. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. And the Rangers and the Angels, I might have a tendency to want to lean in the direction of the over because of the two starters. Again, I don't know anything about the Angel right-hander who's 1-3. So here comes the 2-0 offering now to Gordon. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded through the shift into the left side, into left field. It's going to be a base hit for Gordon. The shortstop, Ha-Seong Kim, was shaded to the right side of second base. If it was hit to where he was positioned, that would have been a tailor-made double play. But instead now the Twins have got something brewing here with runners at first and second and nobody out. And Gary Sanchez coming to the plate. So for Sanchez, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out looking his first time up. Musgrove leans in and he gets his sign from his catcher Nola as he's ready to go to work. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that's cut the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Sanchez. Sanchez is hitting .213 on the season. He's got those 10 homers and 40 RBIs. He could run into a ball here and flip this game over. He's got the ability to be able to do it. I would think here that even if he hit a double, they would probably be able to score the runner all the way from first base. Nick Gordon's got a huge lead over there. They're playing well off the base, not even tucked in behind him in his pocket. As the runner at second base is Jose Miranda. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 0-2. Our friend Quas says, thanks for the input. Yeah, sometimes you look at the matchups and you got to think about the ballparks too, where they're playing. At least I do anyways. And I think about how would this matchup look somewhere else? No balls and 2 strikes. Even as an example here, how would this matchup look being played in Minnesota in April? Musgrove is probably not in his comfort zone. There's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Sanchez. It's all been pretty quiet in Minnesota about Sanchez. There was some talk in New York that he wasn't the kind of guy that the Yankees wanted. I think he and Joe Girardi had butted some heads when Girardi was the manager there. Sanchez is notoriously been criticized for being a poor defensive catcher, and there's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count's 2-2. My friend Quaff says if these picks stay the way they're looking right now, he might just pass and cash what he's got. It's always better to have a couple of birds in hand as opposed to maybe one in the bush. So here comes the 2-2 pitch to Sanchez. As Musgrove checks the runner, and now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses outside, and that's going to run the count to 3-2. So there's runners at first and second. There's nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. It's going to be a 3-2 pitch to Gary Sanchez coming up. Runner at second is Miranda. The runner at first is Gordon. Waiting on deck is the 9-hole hitter, Gilberto Celestino. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. Musgrove gets his sign from his catcher. They do have a shift on as there are 3 fielders to the left side of the infield. Musgrove kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And Sanchez is gone on strikes for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Gilberto Celestino. Our friend Quaff says, if everything stays green, I'll be 7-1 and plus 1950. That's not a bad day at the office, that's for sure. You have to go back up and look at your picks that you've made. Of course, there's a lot of water under the bridge on some of these games. So Celestino tonight is 1 for 1. He singled in the third. His only trip to the plate, he was stranded there. So here comes the first offering to him. As Musgrove kicks and delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count's 0-1. Celestino has raised his batting average to .268. There's talk swirling about Juan Soto and where he is going to land. We're kind of curious to see where that's going to happen, too. It looks like that they're figuring that it is going to be a Southern California team, as there is a breaking ball that misses, and the count's now 1-1. Be interested to see where that ends up being. The trade today, a couple of trades today. There was David Peralta was shipped off to the Tampa Bay Rays. That is going to be a pure rental for the Rays. Kiermaier and Zunino are done for the year. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. Peralta is in the final year of his contract. I wouldn't even be surprised if the Diamondbacks go back and get him. A lifetime Diamondback. Will get themselves a deal for that. Rumors are still flying around about Frankie Montez, where he might land. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is driven into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit in front of Mazzara. Rounding second and heading home. And scoring the second run of the ball game is Miranda. And he is going to score. That's going to be a base hit for Celestino. He's going to get himself an RBI. Miranda's getting a bunch of high fives in the dugout as the Twins have taken a 2-1 lead. Gordon was the runner at first base. We're going to see where it stood with him, if he was able to get all the way around to third. It looks like he is going to stop at second base. A little bit surprising there that he wouldn't have advanced and did a better job at reading the throw from the outfield. So that's got runners at first and second. It brings the top of the order, Luis Arias, to the plate, who's 0 for 2 today. He's flown out to left and grounded to second in his 2 trips to the plate. So the Twins are on top now, 2-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the first offering from the right-hander Musgrove, and it's a breaking ball that misses outside for ball 1. And the count is 1-0. Our friend Quaffs is giving that fist pump for the Twinkies. White Sox are a bit frustrating for me, as the pitching coach has come out for the Padres to have a word with his right-hander. They brought everybody in. Chicago White Sox are an enigma for me. I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine today, and he thinks the White Sox are going to make the playoffs. I said, I think the only way the White Sox make the playoffs if they win the division. The Guardians are playing decent, maybe better than advertised. Maybe they might even be considered to be a surprise team in the American League. The Twins are in first place. I don't know, somebody's got to be in first in the Central. The Tigers and the Royals are certainly pretty trash. But the White Sox, I don't think they have the pitching. They got the bats, and they're going to have to hit their way out. It's kind of like the Blue Jays. I don't think the Blue Jays have the October pitching or enough October pitching to do damage. I know they're talking about Frankie Montez and all kinds of other rumors are swirling through Toronto, but unless you can bring in Nolan Ryan and Roger Clemens and a couple others, I don't know if the Blue Jays have got enough. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-0. And I'll say this, that the Blue Jays, I think if you're going to bring in a frontline starter, you might have to give up a piece or two off your current roster to do it offensively. So 1-1 to Arias. And here comes the pitch from Musgrove. He holds at the belt. He checks the runner at second. And now he delivers a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 3-0. Check that. It's 2-1 now to Arias. I missed somewhere in there somewhere. Got all caught up on thinking about the Toronto Blue Jay playoff hunt, and it's 2-1 here to Arias. Runners at first and second, only one gone here in the top of the fifth inning. There's a fastball that misses inside, and that runs the count now to 3-1. So it seems like all of a sudden that Musgrove has lost his command and his control. He's at 71 pitches now here in the top of the fifth inning. So here comes the 3-1 pitch. Right-hander Musgrove holds at the belt. And now he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Arias is a difficult hitter to defend as he really hits the ball all over the park. He lives in the middle, but you got to defend him line to line. But the Padres seem to be shading him more toward the right side. Here comes the pitch, but instead Musgrove does the old inside move, and that chases Nick Gordon back to second base. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Arias. The runner at second is Gordon. The runner at first is Celestino. There's 1 gone here in the top of the fifth inning. Musgrove is trying to battle his way out of this jam. He leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher, Nola, and he's ready to go back at the hitter, Arias. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on, and this is drilled foul down the right field line. That's going to keep the count at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hoff says the entire AL East might take all the wild card spots. Yeah, I would have said that until the Mariners went on that crazy 14-game run. Of course, they dropped 3 to the Astros, only to sweep the Rangers, and looks like they're going to stop the 2-game losing streak against the Astros tonight if they keep doing what they're doing. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and Arias has gone down on strikes for the second out of the inning. That was a clutch strikeout there by Musgrove, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Carlos Correa. Correa tonight is 0 for 2. He has struck out both of his times to the plate. So the Twins, who have a 2-1 lead here in the top of the fifth, are looking to try to extend that here, and Carlos Correa is coming to the plate to try to do it. Correa tonight has seen his average drop to 270 on the season. He's got 12 homers and 34 runs batted in. And here comes the first offering from the right-hander Musgrove. He checks the runner at second, and he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. I would think that Musgrove will get an opportunity to come on back out for the 6th inning. But much beyond that, it might be a little bit dicey for the right-hander. This is going to be the 76th pitch of the ball game coming up. So he gets the sign from his catcher. It's a tough hitting part of the game right now. Musgrove is standing in the sunlight and about a third of the way toward home plate. The shadows are already taking effect, and there's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is now 1-1 to Correa. This is a tough time for hitters. It goes from the sunlight into the shade. Very difficult to be able to read the pitches when it goes from that lightness to the darkness. Probably in another 10 or 15 minutes, they'll all be in the shade, the pitcher and the catcher and the hitter. It becomes a lot easier to work. So here comes the 1-1 offering. Musgrove kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2. Our friend the hobbyist says, so many people live tonight. He's dropping in. He says, go baseball. Absolutely. We appreciate you, Chris, for popping in. And we'll be doing a double header as it's going to be The San Diego Padres and the Twins here, and then we're going to be doing the Japanese game at 9 Pacific or midnight on the East Coast. So if you're still up at that time doing your editing, you can pop in to listen to the Japanese League. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count now goes to 2-2 on Correa. I haven't even looked to see what else is going on live. There are lots of games around the MLB. It's a holiday weekend north of the border, and Canada there's different public holidays on the Monday. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. This weekend generally marks the halfway point of the summer. Even though it's not really the true halfway point, it just feels like it. And here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Correa has gone down tonight for the 3rd time on strikes as he has been retired here in the 5th inning. Well, the Twins, they get a run in the inning. And there were 2 hits. There were no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. We're now through 4.5. And the Twins have now taken a 2-1 lead. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment after this from our friend, Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Steve Rademacher coming at you. I'm having my 500 subscriber giveaway if we get there by the end of this year. That's my name and my channel, Steve Rademacher. All you have to do is be publicly subscribed, and then you can enter to win once we hit the magic number, either an unopened, still sealed box of Star Trek official trading cards, Next Generation and Original Series. If that's not your cup of tea, we have Fleer Adrenaline with a Deerdick rookie card. I have pulled out an autograph from one of these, and there are relics. If that's not your thing, how about an unopened box of 1987 Donruss Baseball? Just come watch me, subscribe, and enjoy the show. Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. Our friend the hobbyist asked the question, what holiday is it in Canada? Well, it's actually provincially based, so every province has a different holiday, potentially. I'm not sure if everybody recognizes a holiday or not. In Ontario, it's called a civic holiday. And so that is, for years, a provincial holiday. In British Columbia, it's called BC Day. Every province has something different, and not everybody has a holiday on this particular day, or at least not used to having a holiday. So it's a more provincially based day. There's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Ha-Seong Kim, C.J. Abrams, and Jurickson Profar to face the right-hander Sonny Gray. As Kim is 0-for-1 tonight as he grounded to the third baseman his first time up. There's the breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-1. Hobby says the Donruss box looks awesome. Yeah, it's a 1987. I really like the 87, and I'm a big fan, always have been, of the black borders. I know the stuff from Topps in the early 70s there, the black borders. I forget what that was, I think 71. There's a fastball that is swung on, and that is lined to left field, and Ha-Seong Kim is going to be aboard with a base hit. His hot hitting continues as he's got himself a knock. That's going to bring up the second baseman, C.J. Abrams. For Abrams, he is 0-for-1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. Hobbyist says, cool, a state holiday. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Basically, each province has their own. There's always the federal days, and then some of the provinces have their own. They have a Family Day holiday in February. It used to be all across the country the 3rd week of February, except in British Columbia, it was the 2nd week. There's a fastball swung on. This is lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats down the third base line. It's going to run the count 0-1 to Abrams. I was talking about Abrams earlier, and I was saying about, in my opinion, that it's probably he would have to be a piece of the package to get a Juan Soto in. I'm not sure if Abrams is going to be a fit there long-term in San Diego. Runs well. I'm curious. He's a young guy, but I don't know if I like how he swings the bat. As they throw over to first base and diving back in time is Ha-Seong Kim. They do have to keep an eye on Kim. He can run a little bit. He's got 6 stolen bases this year. Padres down a run here in the 5th inning. You need to get somebody into scoring position. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into center field, and it's going to be caught by Celestino. That's going to chase Kim all the way back to first base. And that is the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Jurickson Profar. So for Jurickson Profar, he's 0 for 2 today. He's flown to left and grounded the pitcher. Our hobbyist says he learned something today. It's kind of cool. Yeah, some of the holidays, depending upon where you're at in different provinces, have different meanings. And then there are the federal statutory holidays that everybody gets across the country, which is pretty standard. So Christmas Day, Boxing Day. So there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. New Year's Day, Easter, the Victoria holiday, Canada Day. Those were generally the 6 ones that everybody got across the country. And as we said, there's some latitude with the provinces of when they recognize. There's Family Day. There's the holiday in August, the Civic Day, as we said. There's a first pitch breaking ball that is delivered to Profar. He squares the bunt, and Kim takes off for second base, and he's going to steal that. So he is going to get in safely as he has got a stolen base. That's going to even the count to 1-1 on Profar. Our friend Quaffs asked the question, what is Boxing Day for? Well, Boxing Day was traditionally something that came out of the UK that was the day after Christmas. Boxing Day was if you got your presents on Christmas Day, and it was the day that you could go and take your returns back. That was one of the days. They got the secondary holiday. That was kind of what referred to as the Boxing Day, traditional second holiday around the Christmas time. Give people a chance to be with their families. There's the 1-1 pitch, and it is a fastball swung on, and it's grounded foul over on the first base side. That runs the count to 1-2 on Profar. So Kim's the runner at second with 1 gone, and Profar batting here. So there might be some deeper meanings as far as what that would be in Great Britain. So Profar in the hole here at 1-2, waiting on the offering from Sonny Gray. Gray holds at the belt, and he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. They appeal down to the third base umpire, Lackey Moore, but they say he didn't go, and that is going to run the count now even to 2-2. Profar was able to hold up and check his swing, as that was some high heat from Sonny Gray. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kim establishes his lead at second base. Gray holds at the belt. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the first base side. It keeps the count at 2-2. Our hobbyist says Sonny Gray is from Tennessee. Yeah, he went to Vanderbilt University. Played his college ball there and was a first-round pick of the Oakland Athletics a number of years back. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. As Gray holds at the belt, and now he kicks and delivers. And it is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. It looked like Jurickson Profar was either asking for time or about to step out, and he had to hang in there to battle that pitch off. That's going to run the count to 2-2. He did not get the time call yet, though he was starting to back out of the box. Fortunate for Profar, it wasn't heat, because he might not have been able to catch up to that one. So they are concerned about Kim, and him at second base. He's got the oven mitts on both hands. Protect himself from breaking or jamming a finger. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 2-2. This is going to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up to Profar. We were saying earlier that Sonny Gray has averaged just below 5 innings a start this year. So for him to go into the 6th inning would be a boon for the Twins. Hobbyist says he was born 1 county away from him. I remember years ago when I was in grade 12, I met a bunch of gals when I was in Washington, D.C. There was a fastball taken on a inside corner for a called 3rd strike, and Profar is retired for out number 2. It's going to leave it all up to Manny Machado, who's been the only source of offense tonight for the Padres as he homered his last time up. They were from Franklin, Tennessee. There was a class field trip when we were in high school in Washington, D.C. Met a lot of lovely ladies from Franklin, Tennessee. Nothing but good things to say about that part of the country for a lot of different reasons. So we're at the bottom of the 5th inning. There's 2 gone. Machado steps to the plate. It's 2-1 for the Twins. Machado's got an open stance as Gray leans in and gets the side from his catcher, Sanchez. They do have the open base at first base. They don't have to pitch Machado. Can probably go and face Hosmer. It doesn't get any easier when you have to face Hosmer, but Machado is instant offense when needed. It was his 18th homer of the year back in the 3rd inning. So he gets himself dug in as Sanchez had gone out to have a couple words with his pitcher here. So Kim establishes his lead over at second base. Our question from the hobbyist says Franklin or Franklin County. I'm pretty sure it's Franklin. That would have been the mailing addresses for the gals years ago. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. 3 nice young ladies all from that area there. We exchanged some information, and well, the gals actually rode up, and one had a family in Dearborn, Michigan. There's a breaking ball that swung on and tap foul behind home plate. The count is 1-1. That was back in the day when Instagram was a letter and a picture in the mail, and then 10 days to get there. Now Instagram, it's a picture, and in less than 5 seconds, the world knows where you were and who you were with. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Machado. And here comes the offering from the right-hander, Sonny Gray. And he spins back and he chases back Ha-Seong Kim to second base as he does the inside spaghetti move. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. As far as the hobbyist is concerned, I have something for you, the hobbyist. I'm going to send it out to you. I wanted to do it last weekend. And I checked your address where it is. You're going to, when you get it, you're going to be, I'm not sure how you're going to respond to it. You'll love it. I can't tell you what it is. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-1. I'm going to head back down again. Well, right now, tentatively a week from today, to go see the Mariners and the Angels. However, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to the post office. I'll send it from the stateside. It's my intention anyway. So I've got to get it boxed up to be able to ship it off. Here comes the 2-1 pitch, and it is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined to center field. Celestino drifts back in front of the warning track. He makes the grab. And that is going to do it here, and is going to be out number 3. And for the Padres in their half of the inning, they had no runs, 1 hit, no errors. And they strand 1 aboard. We're now through 5 complete. It is the Minnesota Twins 2, the San Diego Padres 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments after this from our friend Matt Hollis. I know he's a San Diego guy, but you got to like him anyways nonetheless. Be sure to check out another Hollis build after the game. It won't hold it against him that he's a Padre fan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Twins coming up. It'll be Byron Buxton, Jorge Polanco, and Alex Kirilloff, as they are going to be coming to face Joe Musgrove, who's going to begin his 6th inning of work. Our friend, the hobbyist, asked the question. He says, "Are you still on bunt?" And the answer to that is yes. There's a breaking ball that is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Buxton. Buxton is 1 for 2 today. He's homered, driven in a run, and he has also struck out. Just haven't really done so much with bunt this year. I'm not sure I really like the way that the app has moved this year. I like to play it while the games are going on, and some of those things. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-1. My biggest challenge with the bunt is that the coins have been sort of devalued, and then it was an easier way to be able to get diamonds. And so the card counts had gone up in certain things, so the rarities is stuff. I don't really care what they call for the rarities. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. So some of that stuff has kind of tarnished the bunt reputation. Hobbyist says he's made a lot of coins this year. Yeah, I have too. As I said, I haven't really been doing a whole lot with it because there's been a lot of coins. It's almost like the devalued the currency of bunt in some ways. I wonder if they're going to be transitioning to NFTs at some point. There's a breaking ball that misses down. I know Topps had started a platform with that. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Buxton. And here comes the offering from Musgrove. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and that's going to be a leadoff walk here for the Buck in the top of the 6th inning, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Hobbyist says he has almost 8 million coins. It sounds like some of my relatives who play the game, they're up and around that 8 to 10 million mark as well. Just been collecting and taking the free stuff, not really putting anything into it. I'm kind of curious to see what they just do with it. Hobbyist says the really rare stuff is crafted this year. Yeah, they've gone to that crafting. Keeps you on the app. It's a way that they keep you chasing. There's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. So now it's no longer just an app of collecting. It's an app of collecting and having to craft the cards to get a higher value. So no balls and 1 strike to Polanco. He's 0 for 1 today. He flew out to left field and walked his 2 trips to the plate. They throw over to first base, and diving back is Buxton. Buxton can run. He's only got 2 stolen bases this year, but has the ability to steal bags. My friend Quaffs asks, what is Bunt? Bunt is produced by Topps. It is an app for your phone or for your Android device. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. It has a few different features. It's basically digital baseball cards that people can be a part of. But also, too, they have the ability to make trades with people. They have in-app games, where it was fun a few years ago during the playoffs when they had the in-app games that you could play. You could win physical prizes. That was when Mike Trout was the spokesman. So they had like autographed bats, autographed helmets, jerseys, different things like that. Now they've gone away from that to just give you the digital prizes. I think it was more attractive for me to be able to say, hey, let's play the game and try to get ourselves a physical prize. So while you're watching the game, you could be putting players in and out of your lineup and all those different things. There's a scoring system where you could get points. So 1-1 strike to Polanco. The runner at first is Buxton. It's the 6th inning here in the top part of the frame. There's nobody out right now as the Twins are heading with a 2-1 lead. And here's the offering from Musgrove. It is a fastball swung on. It is popped up. It's going to reach the seats behind home plate. The catcher, Nola, had a hard time seeing where it was. It's going to run the count to 1-2 to Polanco. So it can be fun to play. It can be fun to be a part of. The app, that is. There is action in the San Diego bullpen as Nabil Krismet is up and throwing. It looks like the clean-shaven Krismet, the Colombian native. And here comes the offering now from the right-hander Musgrove. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-2. I was looking today at flight prices around North America and around Latin America. Kicking the idea of maybe doing a Latin American tour around a couple of weeks in December. 100% sure. Maybe get off the grid for a couple of weeks. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. Panama would be a nice place to go and explore. Maybe even go down to Peru for a couple of weeks, but hopefully we can find some of this stuff that's going on in North America to come to an end. Still also hoping to get back to Japan, but I don't think that's going to happen this year. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. As Musgrove holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Polanco. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Polanco. The runner at first is Buxton. We're here in the top of the 6th inning. It's the 90th pitch of the ball game by Musgrove. The Twins are clinging to a 2-1 lead. And they have a runner on with nobody out here in the 6th inning. Our friend Quaff says the Nats have tied the game. I haven't kept up on the out-of-town scoreboard here for a little bit. Looks like they're in the bottom of the 5th with St. Louis. As they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Polanco. Looks like the Mariners have given a run back to Houston. They got 3 in the first, the Mariners, and then they've been quiet since. Cincinnati is up 8-2 on Baltimore in the bottom of the 7th inning. There are a number of finals across Major League Baseball today. Gave some of those earlier. We'll go pick in on it in another inning or so. And there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. This is going to be becoming the 8th pitch of the at-bat now for Polanco. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. One would have to say this is probably going to be one of the last few hitters that we're going to see here for the right-hander Musgrove. Pitch number 92 on the way here to Polanco. He works from the stretch. Buxton establishes his lead over at first. And Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And Polanco was down on strikes for the first out of the inning, and that is going to bring up the right fielder, Alex Kirilloff. For Kirilloff, tonight he is 0 for 2. He has flown out to center field, and he has grounded into a double play his last time up. Kirilloff's average has dipped to 252 on the season. Quaff says now hopefully that Angels pitcher will give the Rangers up some runs. Interesting that you say that, because we were talking about that earlier. What is it? Otto against the Angels pitcher that I'm not familiar with. Game's got a lot of runs written all over it. There's a breaking ball missed inside, and the count is 1-0. The only problem is that outside of Shohei Ohtani and Taylor Ward, that Angels lineup is looking pretty inept these days. You have to be able to string some stuff together, so that might be the right tonic that Glenn Otto needs. Texas Rangers do have a dangerous lineup. They've got 7 hitters, generally speaking, that have got double-digit home runs or more. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined down the right field line. And a man with a Tony Gwynn jersey in the front row hauls that one in. He's getting high fives all around. Nice grab by that fan down the line, and he gives it to the young man that he's with. A beautiful catch. He gets a little bit of airtime. That's going to bring the count to 1-1 Who needs the ball girl when you've got that guy in the front row making the grabs? Fantastic catch. So 1-1. And here comes the offering from the right-hander Musgrove, but instead he throws over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Buxton. The shadows are now out of the way pretty much from home plate to the pitcher's mound. The pitcher's right half of his body is still in the sunlight. There's a breaking ball that swung on. It's grounded foul over on the first base line, and it ricochets up. And now a man a few seats over from the fellow with the glove also gets a round of applause as he makes a nice play, but this time without the glove in use. He does it with his bare hands. So 1-2. So fans in San Diego flashing the leather and flashing the bare hands, making plays. So 1-2 it is here to Kirilloff. Buxton establishes his lead. Musgrove now delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded over to Kim. He flips it over to Machado covering second, over to first. It's going to be the 6-5-3 double play to end the inning. You got to always take a look at that one. So 6-5-3 to end it. There was no runs in the inning. There were no hits. There were no errors, and there was nobody left aboard. We are now through 5.5 innings. It is the Padres trailing the Minnesota Twins 2-1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could be with us here tonight. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the call. The bottom of the 6th inning, 2-1 Minnesota. And we'll be back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming to bat for the San Diego Padres in their half of the 6th inning. It'll be Eric Hosmer, Luke Voit, and Nomar Mazara, as they are down 2-1 and looking to grab a run back here against the Twins in their half of the inning. It's been a pretty stellar start for Sonny Gray today so far, as he has gotten 5 innings. The only blemish has been the home run by Manny Machado. His day is going to be done, as they are going to be going to the bullpen. As Gray is going to be finished, and is going to bring in Emilio Pagan, who is familiar to San Diego Padre fans. Gray on 79 pitches, 5 innings, 5 hits, a run, earned a walk and 5 Ks, so his day is over. So the Tennessee native is going to go get himself a shower. We were saying before that he has averaged just less than 5 innings a start. I would have thought they might have been able to do this. So Emilio Pagan coming in, he's having a rough season this year. So interesting to see them making the move and going to Pagan specifically here. The first offering is a changeup swung on it. It's grounded back to the pitcher. Pagan fields it, and he spikes it into the ground, and it's past the first baseman. And digging hard over for second is Hosmer, and he's going to slide in safely. So there you have it right there in a nutshell. That's been what Emilio Pagan has been experiencing this year. It's going to error on him. It brings Hosmer all the way over to second base. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, Luke Voit. So I got to wonder why Rocco Baldelli would choose to go to Pagan here in this situation. He has been used in different spots this year, certainly with a 2-1 lead. 6th inning, he absolutely spiked that. The first baseman, Arias, tried to pick, and he wasn't able to get it. The ball had gone by him. Again, spent the last couple of seasons in San Diego, so the Padres are well-versed in what he's all about. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul, and the count is 0-1 to Luke Voit. Voit today is 1 for 2. He has singled, and he has flown out to center field. So Sonny Gray watching this is sure there was some more real estate in that arm there to go, but they decided to go to the bullpen here to Pagan. So white knuckle time if you're a Minnesota Twin fan. So here's the offering from Pagan. It is a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 1-1. Pagan this year is 3-4. He's got 9 saves. He's worked in 36 ball games. He has 34 innings pitched. He's allowed 30 hits, 22 runs, 19 earned. He's walked 16 and struck out 50. That's probably the biggest number that sticks out for me, is the 16 walks. And here comes the offering now from the right-hander Pagan. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. Voit will be followed by Nomar Mazara here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So the San Diego Padre fans, or maybe the Minnesota Twin fans that were listening in here, have jumped off the ship, because the Padres here are going to be threatening here to tie the ball game. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. If you're a Padre fan, you got to be ecstatic to see this. He gets off the mound. He really hurried himself. He had time to be able to set his feet to make a proper throw, but he ended up spiking it into the ground, did Pagan. And so here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball that is swung on and tapped foul right at home plate. The count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Like the Houston Astros have clawed another run back against the Mariners in the top of the 7th. Our friend Quaffs, who was watching that game, is probably not happy about that one, as Mariners have 3 more trips to the plate. A lot of things change in the back half of the ball games, that's for sure. And there is a fastball swung on. It is fouled off into the feet of Voit, and that keeps the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Maybe it wasn't into Voit. Maybe it was Sanchez who got plunked on that one as he gets up and walks around a little bit. We're going to see how that was. I thought it hit the foot of Voit. Maybe it was a double tandem. Look at the replay of that one. It looked like it was a split finger pitch from Pagan. That's what it was. It ended up off the glove of the catcher, and then it hit his foot. As he had his left leg extended. No padding on the portion of the foot where he got hit, so I'll have to walk around that one off a little bit. So here's the 2-2 offering. The runner at second. Hosmer gets his lead. And now Pagan delivers. He kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball. Swung on and missed. And Voit is gone on strikes for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Nomar Mazara. We understand that the Giants may be sellers. They're listing trade offers for veteran players. I would think the most interesting trade candidate would be Carlos Rodon. The Giants are going to wave the flag and let this one go. Jock Peterson was put on the disabled list today with a concussion. Wilmer Flores, Dominic Leone, who are pending free agents. And here's the offering. It is a fastball swung on and missed by Mazar, and the count is 0-1. Evan Longoria, who has continued an injury-plagued year for the third baseman, he's also potentially available in the trade talk. Brandon Belt is also in his final year, although he probably won't be moving him because Belt is a lifetime Giant. He'll probably finish as a Giant. So here comes the offering from Pagan. It is a fastball swung on and missed, and now the count goes to 0-2 to Mazara. So be curious to keep an eye on some of that stuff. Saying that the Red Sox announced earlier this week that Xander Bogaerts isn't going to go anywhere, nor is Devers. But they seem to suggest that they're open for offers on JD Martinez, and word on the street is that the catcher Christian Vasquez could be available. There's a breaking ball that misses down. The count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Curious, I would think that the Red Sox could be buyers and sellers in this marketplace. Sell a few pieces, but look to bring some other ones back in. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mazara. Again, holds at the belt. He checks the runner Hosmer at second, and now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. Curious to see which teams suddenly decide that they're going to wave it up. As I said, the Giants have really faded in the National League West. I would think that they are not even going to be considering themselves a wild card candidate anymore. Whoever wins the Central between the Cardinals and the Brewers would be obviously a candidate that would probably happen. So that would probably be one of the wild cards, and the way it's looking now, possibly 2 out of the East, 1 out of the East, and then the Padres in the West. So the battle will be between the Phillies, the Braves, and the Mets. One for the league or for the division championship, and there's a fastball swung on and missed. And Mazara is down on strikes for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to Austin Nola. So possibly the New York Mets, if they win the division, then it battle between the Braves and the Phillies for the wild card, and the other wild card team, San Diego. So I can see the National League having a wild card team in each division. American League, I can see the Mariners getting in with their hot and probably continued hot play. There's a first pitch breaking ball that misses inside to Nola, and the count is 1-0. Nola is 0 for 2 today. He is grounded to the shortstop and struck out looking in his 2 trips to the plate. Hosmer establishes his lead over at second base. Pagan gets the sign, and he comes set. And here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Nola. Waiting on deck is the center fielder, Trent Grisham. But I think a lot of these things can change in a heartbeat if Juan Soto is dealt, especially to a team that would be on the fringe. Can you imagine Juan Soto in Atlanta? And Atlanta's got pieces to be able to trade, too. That's the intriguing part, but I don't think they would trade in division with the Braves. There's a breaking ball that Nola checks his swing, and he fouls it off, and Gary Sanchez is getting beat up this inning. That's the second ball he's been hit with. The first one was on the foot. This one here, it looks like it might have caught him in the catching glove arm somewhere. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Nola. I call the gear that they wear as catchers the tools of ignorance. So here comes the 2-1 offering. Pagan holds at the belt. He checks Hosmer at second base. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. This inning, basically, for all intents and purposes, should have been over by now as Hosmer reached on the error by the pitcher. And then Voit and Mazzara had struck out. That would have been your 3 outs right there, but Pagan makes it difficult for himself. So here comes the 3-1 pitch. He holds at the belt. He checks the runner Hosmer at second. Now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Nola. So Pagan has that ability to be able to strike out hitters. As we said, he's got 50 Ks in his 30-plus innings of work. But he also can walk guys and be a little bit erratic in his work on the mound. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. Again, he checks Hosmer, and now he delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down and in. And there's a base on ball for Nola, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Trent Grisham. So for Grisham, he's 1 for 2 tonight. He's doubled and grounded out. They've got 2 aboard with 2 out. Grisham has raised his average to 192. It's going to bring Gary Sanchez out to the mound to talk to the young right-hander. Jose Miranda and Carlos Correa have joined the discussion. So 2 outs, 2 on, and Trent Grisham stepping into the box as that conference is over. Again, is rubbing up the baseball. The San Diego faithful are coming to life, cheering their Padres on here in the bottom of the 6th inning. This game had a lot of tempo and pace to it early on, and it's kind of slowed down a little bit now. As we mentioned before, it's when the relievers come into the game starts to take a different complexion. They just don't work at the same pace. Whether there's runners on or no runners on, they seem to slow everything down. The game's become a crawl at that point. So here comes the first offering to Grisham. Pagan delivers a fastball. This ball is belted to deep right field, drifting back and over on it and making the calling him off is Celestino. The center fielder came over and he made the catch. He called off Alex Kirilloff. And Grisham is retired here for the 3rd out of the inning. So there was no runs, no hits. There was an error and 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 6 complete innings. It is the Minnesota Twins 2, the San Diego Padres 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back at the call. Just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for being here. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher again. And with that note, we're going to go get ourselves a drink.
Domo arigato. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm new at this. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. Tell all your friends and family to come check him out, ask some questions during the telecast, and give him a good sub and a thumbs up. And this is Steve coming back at you. And some new things on my channel, Star Wars figures that everybody likes. We have Mad magazines from the 1970s. We try to avoid the Noid. And for your pleasure, once in a while, we can open up Michael Jackson if you want, the cards. We have Elvis. We have Sadahar O. We love everything that is everything, so we even have the Beatles fighting with lightsabers. Look at that, John and George. Once in a while, we'll even have my brother take over my channel on a Tuesday. So once again, everybody tell your friends, come see Freddie at Last Raps Baseball. And right now, I'm going to kick it right back to you, Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving now to the top half of the seventh inning. It'll be Jose Miranda, Nick Gordon, and Gary Sanchez. Just waiting to get the confirmation if Joe Musgrove's night is done. As Nabil Krismet had been in the bullpen, for all intents and purposes, we felt that he was going to be making his way in. So we're just waiting on the confirmation of that. And it is going to be Krismet who is coming in to take over. He's working in his third season in the big leagues. He first pitches a breaking ball that misses upstairs to Miranda. The count is 1-0. Krismet is 5-2 this year. He's working in his 35th game. He's got 45 innings pitched, 35 hits allowed, 13 runs, 15 walks, and 41 strikeouts as there's a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul. The count is now 1-1. He originally began his career in the St. Louis Cardinals organization. Krismet. And he was, say that at the major league level, he was actually signed by the Mets as an amateur free agent. There was a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted foul down the left field line, and the count now goes to 1-2. He was then signed with the Seattle Mariners in January of 2019, and he was granted free agency in November of that year. And he signed with the Cardinals, spent 1 year in their organization, and then inked up a deal with the Padres, and he's been here for a couple of seasons. They have found his niche in San Diego. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It is grounded over to third. It is fielded in foul territory by Machado. He's enjoying himself back-to-back decent years. Last year, he appeared in 45 games. An ERA of 3.76. This year here, he has picked up the pace in the strikeout department. He's performed very, very well. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Miranda. As Krismet ready to go back to work here, he delivers, and it is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right center field. Moving over is the center fielder, Grisham, who's going to haul it in. And Miranda is gone for the first out of the inning, so 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Nick Gordon. For Gordon tonight, he is 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. He's also flown to center. He's raised his average up to 261 on the year. Batting from the left side, the younger brother of D. Strange Gordon. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. And of course, the son of Tom Flash Gordon, former star pitcher or closer for I remember more with the Kansas City Royals, but he also pitched with the New York Yankees. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Followed by the catcher, Gary Sanchez. So Gordon waggles the bat, and here's the offering from Miranda. It's a changeup that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Gordon. Krismet back to work, and he delivers a breaking ball that is swung on and just tapped foul over on the first base side. The count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nick Gordon. like the way Krismet works. He doesn't waste much time, not like some of the other relievers who come in. And there's a changeup that's taken for a called third strike. Gordon sure didn't like the call, but it looked like on the K zone it had clipped the bottom of the strike zone. Too close to take when you're the road team. That is going to be out number 2 here, and that will bring up the catcher, Gary Sanchez. Let's say the home plate umpire tonight, Adam Hamari, has had a very consistent zone. A pitch there as we get the replay of it. I can see why Nick Gordon was a little bit upset because the ball did look like it had tailed down out of the zone. But I thought it was a pretty decent call by Hamari. And there's the first pitch that is a split finger pitch taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. I always say never trust the umpire with 2 strikes, especially if you're on the road. And there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Sanchez. So no balls and 2 strikes. As we look at that replay again, it was actually a pretty good job by the catcher, Nola, to be able to receive that pitch. He did a pretty decent job of framing it. He got underneath the pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses out and away, and the count is now 1-2 to Sanchez. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sometimes have to take that in stride a little bit. And here's the offering. It is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Twins' right-handed hitting catcher. 2 gone here in the top of the 7th. The Twins have a 2-1 lead. And Krismet rocks into the motion and delivers. It is a changeup swung on and missed. And Sanchez is retired on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. So Nabil Krismet comes in and does the job. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 6.5 innings. It is the Minnesota Twins 2, the San Diego Padres 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back at the bottom of the 7th in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could be here with us. Here is our friend Steve once again.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the batting order coming up for the San Diego Padres, and that means it's going to be Ha-Seong Kim, C.J. Abrams, and Jerkson Profar. So Kim is 1 for 2 tonight. He singled and stole the bases last time up, and he grounded out the 3rd. There is a pitching change for the Minnesota Twins as Emilio Pagan's day is done. It's going to be the right-handed pitcher Trevor McGill entering the ballgame. So McGill is in. It's his first year with the Minnesota Twins. He's 2-1 on the season. He's got a 2.11 ERA. He's worked 16 games. He's got 21 and a third innings under his belt. He's allowed 13 hits, 8 runs, 5 of which have been earned. He has walked 7 and has struck out 23. He came over from the Chicago Cubs in the offseason, as he was selected off of waivers, and the first pitch is a 100-mile-an-hour fastball taken for a called strike at the knees, and the count is 0-1 to Ha-Seong Kim. So McGill in, Pagan is done. This is the third pitcher used tonight by the Minnesota Twins. They have Mark Contreras now in right field taking over for Alex Kirilloff. As that breaking ball misses down to Kim, and the count is now 1-1. Holds, and now he delivers. There's a breaking ball swung at. This ball is grounded softly over to third. Miranda Fields on the run. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Kim on a ground out 5-3. A really nice play by Miranda. He had to come in, and he took it off the hop and was able to throw all in one motion. Gill, who's in the ball game here for the Twins, he was originally drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals in the third round of the draft out of Loyola Marymount University, but then he was redrafted in the 7th round of the 2015 draft by the San Diego Padres. Started his career. There's a fastball swung on, his grounded softly over to short. Fielding it on the run is Correa, and he throws to first, and he throws it wild. And it looks that this ball has gone into the stands. I'm not sure that they would have had C.J. Abrams, but the throw was wild, and Abrams is going to be awarded second base. We're going to see how they're officially going to score that, but I think that's going to be a single with an E6. I know the shortstop Correa had to hurry, but Abrams goes flying down the line. The ball ended up getting past the first baseman Arias. It gets into the stands, so we're going to go single with an E6. I'll see if they officially see the same way that we do. The scoring will feel on that one, and that is exactly what it is. It's going to be a single and then an error on the shortstop Correa. So Abrams is in scoring position, and that brings Jurickson Profar to the plate, who's 0 for 3 today. He flew out to left. He grounded to the pitcher and struck out looking his last time up, and he takes a breaking ball for a call and strike, and the count is 0-1. One thing I'll say about Carlos Correa is that his arm works, but his legs, he's kind of slow on his first step. He doesn't have the range that you would expect from other guys. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Profar. So it makes you kind of wonder sometimes, what are the plays that he could make if he had some more ability to get the balls? So no balls and 2 strikes. Padres tonight are 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. The Twins are 1 for 4. It's definitely not been a hitting clinic for either club. There's a breaking ball swung on, and this ball has hit the umpire, Jerry Lane, in the field of play, and everybody has come to a stop. If anything, it's probably going to help the Minnesota Twins. And so the Jurickson Profar is going to be awarded a base hit, but it's going to bring C.J. Abrams back to second base. If that ball would have gone up the middle, it probably would have scored Abrams from second. So really, really bizarre. On one hop, it hits Jerry Lane as he was unable to get out of the way, as he was on the infield grass side at second base. Profar's got both his hands up in the air as they race to get the ball. As soon as he hit it, he knew. He's like, what is going on here? So that's going to be awarded a single for Profar. They're going to return Abrams back over to second. Jerry Lane is the crew chief. That's going to bring Rocco Baldelli out, and he is calling for a right-hander as Trevor McGill's day is done. So some fortunate play here for the Minnesota Twins. They are going to be going to the bullpen, and we're going to be back in just a couple moments, everybody, with that pitching change after this.
Yo, I'm like an addict, ooh, I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shoot tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna...
Thanks for checking out Freddie and Last Raps Baseball. It's time to announce the winners of this month's Mystery Pack. Boom! Josh S., you're the winner. Congratulations. Enjoy the game, and remember to tell Steve Rademacher, take a haircut. Back to the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a pitching cage. It is going to be Griffin Jax coming into the ball game for the Twins. He's coming into a difficult situation. There's 2 aboard and 1 out. And he's going to be facing Manny Machado. The 6'2", 195-pound right-hander is in his second year with the Twins. He's pitched very effectively this year out of the bullpen. He's 4-2. It's going to be his 37th appearance. He's worked 47 innings, allowing 36 hits, 17 runs, 16 have been earned. He's walked 13 and struck out 50. He's also got a save on the year, and he's got that 4-2 record. So Griffin Jax is coming into the game, and this is going to be the 4th pitcher used by Rocco Baldelli here today. So he is going to be entrusted to face Manny Machado. So just the way that happened, it was you hate to kind of blame McGill because it really wasn't his fault. He got Kim on the ground out to start the inning. C.J. Abrams was able to beat out the infield single, but Carlos Correa threw the ball away to first base. Ended up going into the stands. Now he was charged with an error. So I put the runners at first, or put C.J. Abrams over at second, and then Jerkson Profar steps up to the plate and he hits a one-hop shot off of the second base umpire, Jerry Lane. That puts runners at first and second. And Profar was a little bit ticked off that he was talking to Jerry Lane on the in-between, and he's like, that took a run off the board, and it really did. So Jerry Lane not able to move like he used to in his younger years. I have to say, Jerry Lane looks like he's in a lot better shape than what he was. He's a big man to begin with. But he is looking like he is a little bit more nimble, I would say, as of late. So here's the first offering from Jax to Manny Machado. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1 to Machado. Machado had the solo shot back in the 3rd inning. He's also struck out and flown out to center. Terry O'Brien has jumped in, and he says, go Twins. Well, it's white knuckle time right now for the Minnesota Twins. It's runners at first and second. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down to Machado, and the count is 1-1. It's been an entertaining ball game, that's for sure, to this point. They were very fortunate, the Twins were. If it wasn't for Jerry Lane getting in the way of that one-hop shot by Profar, this game would be tied right now. So the runner at second, Abrams. The runner at first is Profar. It's a 1-1 count here to Machado. Definitely Terry O'Brien is fist-pumping it for the Twins here. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is pop foul. It's going to reach the seats behind home plate. The count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Machado. Eric Hosmer is waiting his turn on deck. Should Machado reach safely? There's 1 gone here in the 7th. So far, the Minnesota bullpen has picked up the starter, Sonny Gray, who gave them a good, solid 5 innings. As I said, I was a little surprised to see Gray leaving the ballgame at 78 pitches. I thought he had 1 more inning left in the tank. And here's the pitch from Jax. It's a breaking ball missing down, and the count is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Beautiful night for baseball in San Diego. It was 77 degrees at game time. Temperature has slowly tapered off a little bit as the sun has gone down, but very comfortable weather conditions. If you've never been to San Diego before, it's a fantastic place to see ball game. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, and instead Jax does the spaghetti move and forces the runner Abrams back to second base. So it's still 2-2 to Machado. Machado pulled his average up to 299 with that hit in the third inning. He really started the season off hot. He was one of the league's leading hitters, but he cooled off in the months of June and into July. And there's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and Machado has gone down on strikes for the second out of the inning. It's an important strikeout by the pitcher Jax, and that's going to bring up the first baseman Eric Hosmer. For Hosmer, he is 0 for 2 today. He has been on base twice. He walked in the first, he grounded out to short in the third, and he reached on an error by the pitcher Pagan to begin the sixth inning. He bats here with runners at first and second and 2 gone. So important time here if you're a Padre fan. The first pitch from Jax is a 90-mile-an-hour fastball that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. This could be a pivotal turning point in the ball game, or maybe the turning point happened when Jurickson Profar one-hop shot the second baseman, or the second base umpire, Jerry Lane. Our friend Quaffs has come back in. He says the Rangers have scored some runs. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's tapped slowly foul down the first baseline. It is picked up by Luis Arias. Runs the counts to 1-1. Our friend Quaffs came in earlier on, and he was telling us that he was looking at the 8 as the over-under in that one. Our friend Terry O'Brien is pounding his fist on the table for the Twins to get a victory here. It would be a good spot for the Twins to get a win after that pounding they took last night. So here comes the 1-1 offering. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2 to Hosmer. So Griffin Jax, who entered the ball game here from McGill in a tough situation, struck out Manny Machado when he's en route to doing the same here to Eric Hosmer. So here comes the 1-2 offering. Jax kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. You have to figure that Hosmer's going to get a steady diet of breaking balls here. Our friend Quaffs is also pumping his fist for the Twinkies. Absolutely. He says, if they win, I get $353. Well, that would be great for Quaffs, and we should be cheering for you too. Hopefully you can pull this one through. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-2. Of course, the San Diego fans who are popping into this one are probably saying otherwise. So the runners are going to be on the move here with 2 gone. Luke Voigt waits his turn on deck. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Hosmer. As Jax reaches down to the rosin bag, and he's ready to go back to work to face the left-handed hitting Hosmer. Hosmer digs in, as there's 2 gone here in the 7th. And Jax now comes set, but instead he steps off the rubber, and that forces Abrams back to second and Profar back to first. The type of lead that the runner at first has, one would have to think that they may be able to score all the way from first on a double, and there's a breaking ball swung on it. It's popped up in the infield. Drifting over is Carlos Correa. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to do it here for the Padres in their half of the 7th inning. There was no runs in the inning. There were 2 hits. There were no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. Jerry Lane is probably the biggest defensive help for the Minnesota Twins in that inning, as that ground ball had hit him and probably would have scored Abrams all the way from second. But they don't score in the inning. We're now moving to the top of the 8th inning. It is 2-1 for the Minnesota Twins. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. We appreciate you all for being here. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve, and your support of our channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher after the game. Be sure to go check him out. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few for the call at the top of the 8th inning. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 8th inning, and Jerkson Profar is still having words with Jerry Lane, as that was a crucial part there in the inning, as he was right in the way of that one there. We got Big D in the house. Glad you stopped in. You get to listen to the final 2 innings of the Twins and the Padres. It is going to be the 9-1-2 hitters in the batting order coming up for San Diego. And the first pitch is a fastball taken for a call strike to Gilberto Celestino. It is Adrian Morejon on the mound. This is going to be his 7th appearance. He's 1-0 with a ERA of 3. He's got 9 innings pitched. And struck out 8 and walked 1 this year. And there's a breaking ball that is waved at and missed, and now the count is 0-2. So Morejon on in relief. He is the 3rd pitcher used by the Padres tonight, as he's followed Nabil Krismet and, of course, the starter Joe Musgrove. So Morejon ready to go back to work. Here's the 0-2 offering. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count now remains at no balls and 2 strikes. Curious to see how Luis Castillo's addition to the Seattle Mariners is going to help them in the American League West. Mariners have really put themselves back into contention with that 14-game win streak. Playoff contention, that is. They're still probably not going to win the American League West, as Houston has got themselves a healthy lead as the breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 0-2. So here comes the offering from Morejon, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that is waved at and missed. And Celestino is gone on strikes for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Luis Arraez. For Arraez, he is 0 for 3. Our friend Quaff says nothing through 2 in San Francisco. Looks like a good call on that one so far. I haven't gone over to check out some of those other score lines. I do see that Washington is on top of St. Louis 7-5 in the top of the 8th. The Astros have taken the lead over the Mariners 4-3. That's in the top of the 8th as well. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count is 1-0. I would be very concerned about taking games with the Astros and the Mariners if you're a Mariner fan. The Astros have just had their number this year. It's just unbelievable. They stopped that 14-game win streak with a sweep of Seattle in Seattle, as there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count's 1-1 to Arraez. And then, of course, the Mariners took care of the Texas Rangers for 3, and then, what do you know, right back at it. They go down to Houston, and they're in the process of losing their 3rd straight here tonight. There's a breaking ball delivered to Arraez. It's fouled away, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Arraez. Arraez is looking for his first hit of the ball game, as he is 0 for 3 in his first 3 trips. Our friend Quaff says he's hoping that he can finish out the Mariners game without any more runs. And here comes the 1-2 offering. It's a fastball that misses down. A nice stop by the catcher. No, it wasn't a blocking situation. You like to see sometimes the catchers able to work on their skills on the in-between. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Arias. So here comes the offering from the left-hander. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is hit into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Mazara bobbles it a bit and then slamming on the brakes. There's Arias. He's got himself his first hit of the night. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Carlos Correa. For Correa tonight, he is 0 for 3, and all 3 of his outs have come via the strikeout. He has himself a sombrero. As Bob Melvin is flashing his signs defensively. We'll have to keep an eye on Arias, although he doesn't particularly run. Our friend Quaff asks, are we doing an MPB game tonight? Yeah, less than a couple hours away. It'll be the Saitama Cebu Lions of the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-0 to Carlos Correa. Lions are sending Dietrich Enns to the hill, and it is Tsuyoshi Wada going for the Hawks. I have to do my homework on Enns, but definitely Wada was a former Chicago Cub. It's been about 7-8 years removed out of the big leagues, and here's the offering. It is a fastball swung on. It is belted foul down the left field line. It's going to reach into the seats. It's going to run the count to 1-1. So we're excited to make the call on that one. The Lions jumped on the Hawks last night for 2 in the first. They pounded out a couple of more. 2 more innings after that, and they cruised to a 6-0 win. That pitcher Yoza last night was extremely impressive for the Saitama Cebu Lions. So here comes the 1-1 offering from Morejon. Kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and into Correa. The count now goes to 2-1. The NPB game is a lot of fun. There's a lot of action in there. Our major league games are sporadic. I like doing the MLB games normally during the day, during the week. But in the summertime, we haven't had that luxury as we have other commitments that are going on. Our friend Quaff says the Angels have a 3 spot. That game there had definitely a looked like there was going to be a lot of runs potentially scored. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Correa. I say that. Also, the Rockies have a 5-3 lead right now over the Dodgers. Wouldn't have probably saw that, but it's still early. It's only in the bottom of the 6th. It's in Colorado, and a lot of runs can go up on the board in a big hurry. Mariners are threatening. They've got 2 on and 2 out in the top of the 8th inning. And here's a pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is hit into deep center field, drifting back onto the warning track, and watching it go is a home run. That is going to be a 2-run shot by Carlos Correa, and that is going to double the run tally right now for the Twins. It is now a 4-1 ball game, as Adrian Morejon has served up a 2-run shot here in the top of the 8th inning. The Twins have increased their lead to 4-1. So high fives all the way around. Carlos Correa, those 3 strikeouts are long forgotten now. That was an important 2-run shot here in the top of the 8th, and that will bring up the designated hitter, Byron Buxton. So all those San Diego Padre fans that are listening in here are running for the hills now. So here comes the first offering from Morejon. It's a breaking ball swung at and missed by Buxton, and the count is 0-1. So it would be, if you're a Twins fan, a good bounce-back game for them if they were able to bounce back after that loss last night. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2 to Buxton. Interesting that Celestino had come over and talked to Correa part of the at-bat. That's usually what the teammates will do. They'll come in and tell them what the ball is doing. There's a breaking ball that misses down. The count is 1-2. Sharing information, very important for big league hitters or for other ones as well. Our friend Big D in the house, he says that Matt Hollis can put that one where the sun don't shine. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. Our friend Big D says, give me some Matt Hollis during the break so he can troll San Diego. Yeah, we'll give you some of that. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Buxton. Here's the pitch from Morahone. It is a breaking ball swung out. It is lined through the 6-hole into left field past a diving Ha-Seong Kim. And that is going to be a single here for Byron Buxton, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Jorge Polanco. We would be glad to do it for you there, Big D. The only problem is, are we going to see the bottom of the 8th inning? The way the Twins are going, they might just keep hitting the rest of the night. That ball was hit almost to straightaway center field. It just went shy of the batter's eye in straightaway center. That was the 13th homer of the year for Carlos Correa. There is a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0 to Jorge Polanco. Our friend Quaff says he's glad he passed on the Braves over 9 and Rockies over 11. Says the Rockies could still hit, but looks like it's going to be close. Yeah, bottom of the 6th inning, a 8-run ball game, or 8-run total there in the bottom of the 6th. A lot of ball to be played in Colorado. Looking at some of these scores around baseball, we'll get caught up on that in between the innings here. There are a lot more finals that have creeped in, or another couple of finals that have crept in. The Reds beat the Orioles today 8-2. Tyler Mahle got his 5th win. He's starting to pitch better, but his name has also been rumored to be another trade out of Cincinnati. There's a breaking ball that misses down to Polanco, and the count's now 2-0. Orioles are 51-50. They've been basically playing win one, lose one over the last couple of weeks. Although they did get hot to get north of 500. Let's talk about them being buyers at the deadline. Here's the 2-0 pitch. There goes the runner. Buxton down to second. The throw is not in time. And Buxton has slid safely into second base. That is a stolen base. That's his 3rd of the year. The rumors are flying around. They are saying that J.P. Morosi is reporting that one team is ready to make quite the package for Juan Soto. I would think that San Diego is going to be one of those teams. San Diego has got some guys to offer, and some of them might even come off of the major league roster. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and in. The count goes to 3-0. Quaff says that the Rockies games always seem to go in spurts. Actually, it looks like that may have hit Polanco there. That's going to be a hit batter. That pitch was down and inside, but the home plate umpire, Adam Hamari, is going to send him on his way. There is action in the bullpen as Dinelson Lamet is up and throwing. So Polanco's aboard. There's runners at first and second with one gone. And we do have a conference out at the mound, as the catcher Nola has come out with the infielders to talk it over. It is going to be stepping up to the dish. It'll be Kyle Garlick in to pinch hit. So Alex Kirilloff was in the game. They brought in Contreras, and now Garlick in to pinch hit here. So they're going to go out and talk a little bit what's happening. So Garlick on the season's batting .276. That's going to bring Bob Melvin out of the dugout. It looks like he has seen enough. He wants Dinelson Lamet to come in. So we got changes all over the place. Garlick is into pinch hit. Morahone's night is done. And it is going to be Denilson Lamet coming in. We'll be back in just a moment. We'll actually stay here and chat with the chat as Big D asked the question. And it was, do you think the Minnesota Twins as a team are going to steal 30 bases this year? Well, to be honest with you, I think that they could if Byron Buxton can get a few more bags under his belt. I think Max Kepler being hurt, he should be able to get you 10 a year, you would think. And I don't understand why Nick Gordon isn't running more, but I guess you have to get on base more to be able to steal more. So those are three guys who potentially could run. Araya's in the leadoff spot. That's a landmine in the top position. Our friend Quaff's going back to what he said, 6 runs in 2 innings and then nothing in the next 3. Yeah, that could be the way. They get the runs in spurts, playing for the crooked numbers, the big innings. Rockies are definitely that type of team. As we wait here on the pitching change, I'm going to give you guys the out-of-town updates. Chicago White Sox have knocked off the Oakland Athletics 3-2. It was a run in the bottom of the ninth by the White Sox to walk off the Athletics. It was Liam Hendricks getting his second win. Jackson took the loss for the Athletics. Final 3-2 in Chicago. The Philadelphia Phillies in 10 knocked off the Pittsburgh Pirates 2-1. Corey Knebel got his 3rd win of the year. He's 3-5. De Los Santos took the loss for the Pirates. He drops to 0-3. As we mentioned earlier, the Reds beat the Orioles 8-2. The Marlins lost to the Mets 4-0. Shutout at home. Carrasco got his 11th win of the year. Neidert takes the loss for the Marlins. Earlier games, the Brew Crew knocked off the Red Sox 9-4. Yankees beat the Royals 8-2. And the Rays took care of the Guardians 6-4 as Corey Kluber beat his old ball club for his 7th win of the year. Other games that are going on and around in the bottom of the 3rd, it's locked up at zeros between the Cubs and the Giants. At the end of 3 innings, the Angels have a 3-2 lead over the Rangers. At the top of the 7th, it is the 5-3 game Rockies over Dodgers. Top of the 9th, the Braves are leading the Diamondbacks 6-2. The Cardinals are trailing the Nationals in the top of the 8th, but they've got runners on the corners with 1 out. It's a 7-5 National lead. They're into the bullpen. And then we've got the Mariners and the Astros. Astros are winning 4-3. That's in the bottom of the 8th inning. So Kyle Garlick steps to the plate. He's going to be facing Denilson Lamet, who is on in relief. So Lamet coming in here to try to get the job done. Matt has struggled this year as he first pitches a breaking ball that misses down for ball. The count is 1-0. Lamet on the season is working in his 13th game. He's got 11 2/3 innings. He's allowed 14 hits, 13 runs, 12 earned. He's walked 9 and struck out 15. So he's falling behind here to Garlick 1-0. Lamet leans in and he gets his sign from the catcher Nola, and now he steps off and resets himself, and we're going to do this all over again. This has probably arguably been the toughest year of Lamet's career for the 29-year-old. He checks the runner Buxton at second, and now he does the spaghetti move to chase the runner back to second base. Our friend Big D said he wanted us to run a Matt Hollis infomercial in between innings, but we have to get to that in between inning. It could be for a while here as the Twins are looking to pad to that 4-1 lead. There's a breaking ball that swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Jose Miranda waits his turn on deck. This game was sailing along at a good pace. Now Jalen Duran is warming up in the bullpen. You haven't seen him pitch. He's got some electric stuff. There's a fastball swung on it. It's tapped slowly over to short. Over to second for 1. Back to first, and it's spiked in the ground, and it gets past the first baseman, Hosmer. It was an absolute terrible throw by C.J. Abrams. The ball ended up riding up right over the top. So there it's going to end up as a fielder's choice. Garlick is going to reach first on the air, but he's going to be awarded second base. So that's going to be an E on E4. Polanco erased at second, fielder's choice, 6-4, and the run is going to score. Byron Buxton is going to add to the lead as it is now 5-1. That was pretty much a tailor-made double play. Kim got it, flipped it over to Abrams, and the relay throw was at about 84 feet. And Hosmer couldn't come up with the pick as that ball ends up getting by him, and that ends up advancing Garlick over to second. And here's the first pitch delivered to Jose Miranda. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. It was a good feed by the shortstop, Kim. But Abrams, showing his inexperience, wasn't able to complete the relay. So 0 for 2 tonight for Miranda. He's reached on a hit batter and scored a run. He's also grounded to third and flown out to center, and he takes a fastball for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Miranda. Our friend Big D says, keep hitting, Minnesota Twins. D's got his pom-poms out for the Twins for sure. Good day to be a Twins fan right now. Here comes the 0-2 offering. And Lamet delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on, a grounded foul over on the third base side. The count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Looking for that big blockbuster trade on Juan Soto. I keep thinking it's going to happen anytime. They're running out of time to pull the trigger on a deal. Garlick establishes his lead at second. Miranda waggles the bat. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Miranda. Only speculate. I think the Dodgers would want in on the Soto trade as well. I just don't know if they've got enough to offer that the Padres could. The Padres have been notorious for trading their farm system over the years. The entire team, maybe with the exception of the free agent signing of Kim and the second baseman C.J. Abrams tonight, when I look at the lineup, I can't think of anybody else that's been a homegrown offensively. And there's the breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-2 on Miranda. When you look at the entire lineup, Profar, Machado, Hosmer, Voit, Mazzara, Nola, Grisham, all players that have been acquired through trade or free agency. So when they draft, the Padres are drafting to flip, and there's a breaking ball outside that Miranda throws his bat at and fouls away. It's going to keep the count at 2-2. I would think if the Padres are going to make the move, Mackenzie Gore is probably going to have to be in that move. I don't know if he's going to be where he's at with the status of his injury. I would think that possibly Robert Hassel, James Wood, maybe Campusano, the other prospect, although I don't know if the Nationals would want Campusano. They already got a catcher in Ruiz. There's a breaking ball swung at and fouled away. The count remains at 2-2. Friend Quaff says we need 3 more outs for the Stros to hit for him. As the Stros are winning 4-3 against Seattle, that's going to the top of the 9th inning. A game in Washington is in the top of the 8th. It's bases loaded with 1 out. The Nationals have a 7-5 lead over the Cardinals. Cardinals are threatening. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is Garlick. The throw comes to the plate, is not in time. They didn't cut it off. Poor fundamental baseball by the Twins as the ball was overthrown. Miranda advances to second on the throw. It's going to be a single and an RBI. And he's going to advance on the throw that went above the cut. And that is going to be yet another run, as that is going to increase the lead. Now it has 6-1 for Minnesota here in the inning. And you can look back at the young second baseman there for not getting the out of the inning. Just makes it a little bit more difficult. So C.J. Abrams' error is going to come back to haunt the Padres, it looks like. And here's the first offering to Nick Gordon. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field. It's going to get down, and it's going to get off the warning track, and it's going to get into the stands for a ground rule double. Gordon is going to stop at second. That's going to score Miranda And that is going to increase the lead to 7-1. So the hit parade continues here for the Minnesota Twins in the top of the 8th inning. As Nick Gordon's got himself an RBI, and that's the 5th run of the inning, and it'll bring up the catcher, Gary Sanchez. So our friend Big D says, keep them coming. By the sound of it, he probably would like us to do more Minnesota Twin games. Well, whenever we've called the Padres, last couple of games, they've taken it on the chin. We did one against the Mets 2 weeks ago on Sunday, on the Sunday Nighter. It was the first pitch fastball delivered to Sanchez, taken for a call and strike, and the count is 0-1. The Twins have batted around in the inning, as this is the 9th hitter to come to the plate. Sanchez has had a rough day at the office tonight. He's 0 for 3. He has struck out all 3 times he's come to the plate, but Carlos Correa had that as well before he homered in this inning. So Lamet comes set at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Gary Sanchez. Gilberto Celestino, who started the inning, is on deck. So Lamet leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher, and now he comes set at the belt. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, but the home plate umpire, Adam Hamari, says that Gary Sanchez offered, and that is going to do it here in the 8th inning as it mercifully comes to an end for San Diego. Well, there were 5 runs in the inning on the benefit of 4 hits. Check that, 5 hits. There was an error, and there was 1 runner left aboard, and we are now through 7.5 innings. It is the Minnesota Twins 7 and the San Diego Padres 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Here's our friend Matt Hollis, and here you go, Big D. Go to work.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city, San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you there, Matt, and your support of the channel. And in return, we like to support Matt Hollis. Be sure to check him out after the game, as we kind of feel sorry for him at this one here. Even though he's a San Diego Padre fan, he is a pretty good guy. We'll be right back in just a moment after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the 8th inning, and there will be a pitching change for the Minnesota Twins. It is going to be a right-hander entering the game. It's going to be Johan Duran. Dominican right-hander is 1-3 on the year. He's got some impressive stuff if you haven't seen him live. He is going to be coming on in relief of Griffin Jacks. He's going to be the 5th pitcher used today by the Twins. He's worked 35 games. He's got 44 innings pitched. He's given up 34 hits, 12 runs, 11 earned. He's walked 10 and struck out 54. He's got a 100-plus mile-an-hour fastball. So Johan Duran in the game. in relief. Byron Buxton has also entered the game as he is in center field. There is some changes, and the first pitch delivered to Luke Voigt was a 102-mile-an-hour fastball. This is outside for ball one, and the count is 1-0. Buxton has gone into the game in center, and Gilberto Celestino has moved into right field, so there are some changes. There's a breaking ball that is waved at and missed, and the count goes even at 1-1 now to Voigt. Voigt is 1 for 3 tonight with that single back in the 4th inning. He's also struck out and flown out to center field. And here comes the breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-1. Our friend Big D says that's a great rally killer video. So here comes the offer. Yeah, and of course, all the people in the audience seem to leave on that one as well. There's a breaking ball that is waved at and missed. The count goes to 2-2. Our friend Quaff says, great call on that one. Yeah, it was that Texas Angel game. You could just see that had a recipe for disaster for an 8-run plus. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. That is going to retire Luke Voigt as he stood there like the house by the side of the road for out number 1 here in the 8th inning, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Nomar Mazara. I'll also say this, that game, I guess, in the Cubs game is now 2-0 for the Giants. The Cardinals, with the bases loaded and only 1 out, only were able to come up with 1 run in the top of the 8th inning. They still trail Washington 7-6. Houston, Seattle are in the top of the 9th, and it's a 4-3 lead for Houston, but the Mariners are threatening. They've got runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 out. So there's a first pitch fastball that's taken for a called strike by Mazara, and the count is 0-1. Duran delivers a 102-mile-an-hour fastball that is swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2 to Mazara. I think if you're facing Duran at that speed, and he also has movement with the pitch, that's the impressive part. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-2. They appeal down to the third base umpire, Malaki Moore, but they say he didn't go. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mazara. I think if you're facing a guy like Duran, you're probably going to almost have to guess on a pitch and maybe a location. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And I had 1 and 2 on that for Mazara, but somewhere I may have missed something there as he swung through that one, unless he fouled that one off. It looked like that was foul tipped away. That's going to keep the count at 1 and 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's the offering from Mazara. It's a breaking ball. It's taken for a called 3rd strike. Another great breaking pitch that drops in for a called strike, and that is going to retire Mazara for out number 2. That's the 3rd strikeout tonight that Mazara has pinned on him. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Austin Nola. Our friend Quaff says, come on, Strohs, they need 1 more out. And unfortunately for you, it's not going to happen, as the Mariners have just taken a 5-4 lead. There's a fastball swung on it. It is grounded off the pitcher over to the second baseman. It is fielded neatly by Polanco, and that is going to retire Nola. It's going to go down as a ground out 1-4-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. And the Twins are done, or the Padres are done here in their bottom half of the 8th. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board. We're moving to the top of the 9th inning. It is a 7-1 lead for the Minnesota Twins. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few after this. We appreciate you guys for being here. Hang tight. Our friend Quaff says that, dang, but I think, didn't you have +3 on that one? We'll be back in a minute, just as long as no more damage is done.
You've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Appreciate you there, Matt Hollis, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we like to support Matt. Be sure to check his channel out after the game. We'll be back after this.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the game and Last Rams Baseball. This is Dave's 0 O'Clock Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rab sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Appreciate you there, Dave, and your support of the channel. Our friend Quaffs, we were talking about that game in Seattle and Houston. It was a pinch hit by Abraham Toro, the former Astro. He came off the bench to pinch hit for J-Rod, and it was his single that knocked in the 2 runs to put the Mariners up ahead. Pretty gutsy call by Scott Service to pinch hit for J-Rod, and then Toro comes in and does the damage against his former team. And the Mariners are up 5-4 on the Astros. That's going to the bottom of the 9th inning now. As we take a look at some of the other scores, we were going through the out-of-town scoreboard earlier on. The Yankees also beat the Royals 8-2 today. It was Nestor Cortez getting his 9th win of the year in that one. Other games that are currently going on, it's now going to the bottom of the 9th as the Astros are now trailing the Mariners 5-4 in Houston. Nationals have a 7-6 lead over the Cardinals. That game's going to the top of the 9th inning. We do have Michael Baez now in relief for the Padres, and the first pitch he delivers to Gilberto Celestino is a fastball that misses down for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So Baez on in relief here. He is the 5th pitcher used tonight. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. It'll be Celestino, Arias, and Correa here in the top of the 9th inning to face Baez. Padres are down 7-1. There's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats over on the first base side. Baez, the Cuban native, making his first appearance since 2020. The scars of Tommy John are on his arm here, and so this is his first big league action since then. And there's a breaking ball that misses down. And the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. He made his debut with the Padres as a 23-year-old back in 2019, where he appeared in 24 games. He then appeared in 3 games in 2020. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It's grounded up the middle. It is fielded by Abrams. He throws on the run. That's going to be a ground out 4-3. I'm sure if you were in Philadelphia or maybe New York or maybe somewhere else, maybe Abrams gets a cat call, because that play there looked like it might have been an adventure as well. It's going to be the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Luis Arias. For Arias, he is 1 for 4. He's got a single and a run scored. He's struck out, he's grounded out, and he is popped to left. Our friend Quaff says unless the Stros walking off with a home run, could be a problem for him. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Arias. Big D is not in favor of these City Connect uniforms of the Padres. When I first saw the uniforms, they looked like peppermint hats. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. I'm not really sure what the end game on some of this stuff is. Rob Manfred, I'm not sure where you're getting your information from. Those Boston Red Sox yellow uniforms are terrible. There are a few uniforms that are out there in the City Connect that are kind of neat. This is not one of them, that's for sure. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count's 2-1. And if the Padres play like this, wearing these uniforms, it will be a short-lived experiment in San Diego. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Usually teams, if they play well in the uniforms, they seem to stick around a bit. There's a fastball swung on. This is Lifted into straightaway center field, drifting over to his right, moving back and making the catch is Trent Grisham. As Arias is going to be retired for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Carlos Correa. Now, there's no doubt about it. These uniforms are a little bit to be desired. That's for sure. Just a reminder, in just a little under 90 minutes, we'll be back on the airwaves again for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks and the Saitama Cebu Lions. Be looking forward to the action there. Here comes the first offering from Baez. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Carlos Correa tonight is 1 for 4. He struck out his first 3 times tonight, and then he hit a 2-run shot back in the top of the 8th inning. Does that help put the Twins up and away here as they have that 7-1 lead? There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Correa ready on the offering here from Baez, who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on, and it is lined right to the third baseman, Manny Machado. Didn't have to move an inch, and that is going to do it here for the Twins in the top of the 9th inning. So there were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now moving to the bottom of the 9th, and you can pretty much bank on another pitching change as the Twins are going to the bullpen again for the 6th pitcher tonight. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in just a few after this. Here's our friend Steve again.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel. And we are appreciative of everybody here being in for this one. It is a 7-1 lead for the Minnesota Twins as we are moving to the bottom of the 9th inning. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the call after this. Appreciate you for being here. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the lineup, and they're going to be coming in to face a reliever, Minnesota Twins. It is going to be Duffy on in relief. He is going to look to finish this one off here for the Minnesota Twins. That is Tyler Duffy, right-hander coming in. He has worked 40 and 3rd inning. He's appeared 30. He's given up 40 hits, 18 runs, all earned. He's walked 13 and struck out 36. He's got a 2-4 record, a 4.02 ERA. So Grisham, Kim, and Abrams scheduled to face the right-hander Duffy as he takes over here in the 9th inning. It's going to be quick work for us. Get a chance to get a little bit of food in us and do the pregame stuff. And it'll be a 9 o'clock first pitch Pacific time. And there's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. This game here has gone kind of a little bit slower than I thought it would. It really started to move quickly. And then the next thing you know, it ground to a halt after about the 5th inning once Sonny Gray left the ball game and Joe Musgrove. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in. The count is 1-1. Our friend Quaffs, who was asking about stuff, sometimes the games, you see the starters depending on who's starting, but really, too, once you get into the bullpens and who they use, and you almost have to do your homework. Which pitchers have pitched in previous games, where guys may or may not be available. There's a breaking ball that is swung at and fouled away, and the count goes to 1-2 on Grisham. I think about that specifically. Like, I remember Don Cooper used to be the pitching coach for the Chicago White Sox. I heard him talk down in Perrysburg, Ohio one year, and he was talking about how he would use his pitchers. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 2-2. He would never use his relievers 3 days in a row in the regular season. If you pitched on the first day, Monday, and he pitched on the second day, and on the third day, you would be unavailable. But if you pitched on the first day, you didn't use you on the second day, as there's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Grisham. And he could come back and use you on the Wednesday, but if he gave you a couple of days off, then at the bare minimum, he would have you throw a bullpen on the third day. It was just kind of his rule of thumb, the way that he would manage his pitchers, or at least his bullpen. And there is an art to managing the bullpen on how much they throw and when you take time off. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to first. It is fielded by Arias. He's going to take it himself, and that's going to retire Grisham on a ground out to 3 for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Ha-Seong Kim. So when you listen to certain pitching coaches talk, or you watch their philosophies on how they use their arms, it's important, especially if you're trying to figure out who's going to be available and who the starters are and who they follow and those kind of things. So Ha-Seong Kim steps to the plate. He is 1 for 3 tonight. He's got a single and a couple of ground outs, and he swings and misses at a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and the count is quickly 0-1. Looked like he wanted to add 6 runs to the board with that swing, but it's only going to be one at a time. For Kim, he is 1 for 3 today. He's raised his season average to 244. There's a fastball that brushes him off the plate, and the count runs to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Giants have extended the lead against the Cubs after 4 innings. It's 5-0 for the Giants. Here's the offering. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Kim. Texas Rangers and the Angels are in the bottom of the 5th, and our friend Quaffs is looking for at least one more run in that game. I just have a feeling you're probably going to find it. I just don't know if either of those two teams are going to be able to keep that under 8. As there is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2 to Kim. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Duffy, the right-hander, gets a new baseball, and he gets his sign from his catcher, Sanchez. Here's the pitch, and it is a breaking ball that misses well off the outside corner. Runs the count now to 2-2. Padres have struggled against the Rockies and the Dodgers in the National League West. They've played 500 ball against the Giants, and they've dominated the Diamondbacks. And I was thinking about that the other day. If the Padres are going to make a leap, they're going to have to start beating the Dodgers regular. I mean, the Rockies are an anomaly. Sometimes there's teams that have your number. But they've got to start beating the Dodgers regular if they're going to start doing some damage and to get into the playoffs. In the National League West, there's a fastball that misses in. They appeal down to the first base umpire, Chad Whitson, and he says he didn't go. It's going to run the count to 3-2 now on Kim. Hasn't had much action tonight, the first base umpire. There's a fastball that misses outside, and Ha-Seong Kim is aboard with a 1-out walk. It's going to bring up the second baseman, C.J. Abrams. At least it's scheduled to bring up Abrams. We'll see what they have here. Bob Melvin is going to make a move or not. So the runner at first is Kim with 1 away. Abrams steps up to the plate. He is 1 for 3 tonight. He singled his last time up and then went to second base on the error by the shortstop Carlos Correa. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is no balls and 1 strike. He's also flown to center and struck out his other 2 trips. So Abrams batting from the right side against the right-hander Duffy. Duffy holds at the chest and he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that comes inside and it is hit Abrams in the back foot. And he is going to be aboard with a hit by pitch. In this game, all of a sudden, with 1 out, maybe it's not quite over yet, as the top of the order, Jurickson Profar is coming to the plate. That's going to bring the infield to come and have a chat with their reliever Duffy. Rangers Angels 5-3 in that bottom of the 5th inning. The Angels have a runner at second with 1 gone. It's in the top of the 5th. The Cubs are batting with 1 out. It's 5-0 San Fran. Top of the 9th inning, the Dodgers are trailing the Rockies 5-3. There's 1 out in the top of the 9th. So Bob Melvin checks his lineup card. He's got runners at first and second. And here's the first offering to Profar. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner. Count is 1-0. And to think of that play back in the 7th inning when Profar hit the umpire Jerry Lane, who was positioned to the right side of second base in the infield. The ball gets through. It would have been a 2-2 game at that point. It changed the complexion of this one. And there's a fastball that catches the inside corner, and the count goes to 1-1. It was definitely a turning point in this one. Was not very happy. He did get awarded a single, but that brought Abrams back to second. Abrams probably would have scored on that base hit. And who knows how it would have played out after that, the way the coaches would have managed their pitchers, or the managers would have managed their pitchers. There's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is now 2-1, Profar. So I think if I'm Rocco Baldelli, I might want to start getting somebody stretched out at the bare minimum in the bullpen. Duffy has struggled here. He's walked a batter and hit a batter with 1 out. And now he's fallen behind on Profar 2-1. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep right field. And this ball is gone. A home run for Profar. A 3-run shot. And they have cut the lead to 7-4. That ball, with no doubt, off the bat of Jurickson Profar. As that ball has sailed into the seats. A 3-run shot here in the 9th inning has cut the lead to 7-4. And all of a sudden, in Winona, it is really, really quiet. So 7-4 for the Twins with 1 gone here in the bottom of the 9th. It's going to bring up Manny Machado to the plate. Very interesting this year. Last year they had the look where they had the clock and they put the clock around the guy's neck when he hit the home run. This year they're taking Polaroid photos. Now the Twins are getting somebody up in the bullpen. Smith is getting up. There's a first pitch breaking ball delivered to Manny Machado, taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Machado tonight is 1 for 4. He homered in the 3rd inning. He struck out twice and has flown out to center. And here comes the offering, and it is a breaking ball waved at and missed, and now the count goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. If anything, that 3-run homer may have disrupted some people's betting lines more than anything. Our friend Big D says that Duffy sucks. He's not a fan by the looks of it. There's a breaking ball that swung on and missed, and Manny Machado was down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. He is retired for the 2nd out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to the first baseman, Eric Hosmer. Quaffs is cheering because he says the Angels have got that run. That is the 4th one. So that gives you that plus, gives you the 9. So good for you, Quaffs. He's picked himself up a few bucks tonight. Glad we could be there with you. Maybe you'll be able to turn your tricks in the NPB a little later. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Hosmer tonight has been on base twice. He walked in the first and reached on an error in the 6th inning. But he's officially 0 for 3. He's also grounded out and popped out his other 2 trips as he swings and fouls off the pitch over the third base side. And that runs count to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Eric Hosmer. As a reminder, we'll be back on the airwaves in just over 70 minutes. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted to left field. This ball is going to slice into the seats. And it looks like there's a couple of happy fans, young fans, as somebody's made the catch. They're going to take home a souvenir, as that's going to keep the count at 0-2 to Hosmer. So Hosmer waggles his bat. And here comes the offering. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Our friend Big D says it's time to bounce. Well, we appreciate you stopping in tonight, Big D. We haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything is going well at your end. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It's tapped slowly over to the pitcher, Duffy. He flips it to first, and that is going to do it. That's going to end the ball game as it goes as a ground out, 1-3 for the final outs of the inning. And so there were 3 runs here in the bottom of the 9th. On the benefit of 1 hit, there were no errors and nobody left the board. Your final score is 7-4 from San Diego. Stick around, everybody. We'll wrap this up in just a couple moments, and we'll be back here in just a couple to do that. Hang tight.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Rams Baseball. It's Dave's Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rab sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to take you through a tour of the out-of-town scoreboard across Major League Baseball, as a lot of games are wrapping up or have wrapped up now. There's only 3 games that are currently still underway. First of all, we'll start with the final from Toronto. The Blue Jays knocked off the Tigers 5-3. 5-4-0 for the Blue Jays, 3-10-1 for the Tigers. Richards got the win in relief. He goes to 3-1. It was Law taking the loss in his season debut for the Tigers. He's 0-1. Jordan Romano picked up his 23rd save of the season. This just in, the Arizona Diamondbacks fall to the Atlanta Braves 6-2. Ian Anderson gets his 9th win of the year against 6 losses. Martin takes the loss. He goes to 0-1 for the D-backs, 6-11-1 for the Braves, 2-4-1 for the D-backs. Again, your final 6-2 Atlanta. Another final just in, hot off the press. The Rockies knocked off the Dodgers tonight 5-3. 5-10-1 for the Rockies, 3-7-2 for the Dodgers. Freeland gets the win. He goes to 6-7. Clayton Kershaw takes the loss. He falls to 7-3. Daniel Bard gets his 22nd save of the year. Rockies are now 10 games below 500, 46-56, playing better than maybe a lot would have anticipated. White Sox knocked off the Athletics tonight 3-2. It was the walk-off in the bottom of the 9th inning. 3-9-0 for the Sox, 2-8-0 for the Athletics. Hendricks gets the win in relief. He's 2-3. Jackson takes the loss. He goes to 2-3. Again, your final White Sox 3-2 over the Athletics. The Philadelphia Phillies knocked off the Pirates in 10, 2-6-0 for the Phillies, 1-4-1 for the Pirates. Corey Knebel gets the win in relief. He's 3-5. De Los Santos takes the loss. The Minnesota Twins knocked off the Padres here. We'll catch you all up in that in a few minutes. The Nationals knocked off the Cardinals tonight 7-6 in the Juan Soto watch. No news as of yet. It was 7-8-0 for the Nationals, 6-10-0 for the Cardinals. Ramirez got the win in relief. That's his 3rd. He's 3-1. Cabrera takes the loss for the Cardinals. He's 3-2. Finnegan gets the save for the Nats. That's his 4th. The Seattle Mariners with 2 in the 9th inning on a pinch hit. 2-run single by former Astro Abraham Toro. Knock off the Astros 5-4. Mariners are go 5-8-0. The Astros went 4-9-0. Swanson the win in relief. He's 2-0. Presley blew the save and took the loss. He's 3-3. Paul Sewald got his 13th save of the year for the Mariners. Cincinnati Reds knocked off the Orioles 8-2. Tyler Mahle got his 5th win. He's pitching much better as of late. He's 5-7. Kramer takes the loss. He drops to 3-3 for the Orioles. Once again, 8-2 the final in Cincinnati. New York Mets behind Carlos Carrasco blanked the Miami Marlins 4-0. Carrasco goes to 11-4. Neidert takes the loss. He drops to 0-1. 4-9-0 for the Mets. 0-4-0 for the Marlins. Again, your final 4-0 New York. The Milwaukee Brewers knocked off the Boston Red Sox 9-4 today. It was 9-14-0 for the Brew Crew. 4-10-0 for the Red Sox. Lauer got the win. He goes to 7-3. Nick Pivetta takes the loss. He drops to 8-8. That is again your final 9-4 for Milwaukee. The Yankees took care of the Royals for the 3rd straight day as Nestor Cortes got his 9th win of the year against 3 losses. Hesley takes the loss for the Royals. Clark Schmidt gets his 2nd save. Yankees 8 runs, 8 hits, no errors. The Royals 2-7-3. Again, your final 8-2 for the Yankees. The only other final is the Rays knocked off the Guardians 6-4 behind Corey Kluber, beating his old club. 6-10-0 for the Rays, 4-11-0 for the Guardians. Kluber the win at 7-6. Plesac takes the loss. He falls to 2-9. Pete Fairbanks gets his 2nd save. The other 2 games that are currently underway, the Giants have a 5-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th over the Cubs. 5-7-1 for the Giants, 0-5-0 for the Cubs. Leiter is currently pitching for the Cubs in the bottom of the 5th. The Rangers are ahead of the Angels 5-4. That's in the top of the 6th inning. 5-5-0 for Texas, 4-4-0 for the Angels. Lots of stuff going on there in the Angel land as Touki Toussaint has come in relief out of the bullpen for the Angels. He is now pitching. Your final here, the Minnesota Twins knocked off the San Diego Padres 7-4. 7-9-2 for the Twins, 4-8-1 for the Padres. Sonny Gray gets the win. He goes to 6-3. Joe Musgrove takes the loss. He falls to 8-4. Some of the big moments in this game included home runs by Byron Buxton, who hit a solo shot in the 4th inning. And then a 2-run homer by Carlos Correa in the 8th, who helped break it open as they had 5 runs in the 8th inning that put them up 7-1. It was a 3-run shot in the 9th by Jerkson Profar, but that was a little too late as the Twins go on to victory here to win 7-4. That evens the series at 1. They'll be back again tomorrow for the final game of this set. Once again, everybody, we'll be back on the air later tonight for our game between the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks and the Saitama Cebu Lions. Hope to see you then in just a little over an hour's time. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you again later for some Japanese baseball. Thanks again, everybody. We'll catch you again later. 7-4 final, Twins.